Hello. Welcome. It's, I don't know, what day is it? Wednesday?
Yep.
Something like that.
So.
Yes, welcome everybody. It is Wednesday, and that means something, I don't know. It means we're probably stepping on somebody's toes. But yes, welcome, it's Wednesday. I'm doing another live stream. Hey, what?
It's Hump Day, isn't it, Wednesday?
Yeah, not for the last few weeks. Yeah, welcome everyone. I was going to do another stream tonight anyway, because I've still got to carry on with this behemoth that fills up all the screen. And I thought, why don't we just do a modcast? Let's do a modcast. So we've done one of these before. It's only our second ever modcast. But it's basically a selection of, because we can never get all of them. They're hard to pin down without bribes of food, but it's just a selection of the moderators and admins from the Modelmaker's Boomhut. I will put a link in the chat to the Modelmaker's Boomhut. Hopefully that works. I've not even got the chat up.
I need to open the chat as well.
Yes, open the chat, people. Yes, it's the Modelmaker's Boomhut. If you don't know what the Modelmaker's Boomhut is, that button didn't work. Hang on.
Professional.
Try it again. There we go. Did that button work this time? Yes, there we go. Oh, it did it twice. Oh, shut up, text. I don't know. Yes, welcome. It's all gone to pot. The Modelmaker's Boomhut is a Facebook group where you can hang out and get advice from people. You can share pictures of your work. You can make lots of friends. It's a really cool place, and it's a very safe environment. There's no snark and rivet counting and nastiness or anything like that. So if you're not a member, do go to the Boomhut. It's facebook.com/group/Model Boomhut. The link is in the chat. There's also a link in the description below the video. But yes, it's just going to be a couple of hours, maybe more, of us just working away at the bench and hanging out and talking nonsense for 2 or 3 hours. So I shall, without further ado, I'm reversed, and that's the way it works. Unfortunately, you have to deal with that. And you're not going to see much of me tonight because I'll let everybody else do all the prettiness on the telly. But it's not just me. We're trying out Google. What's it called?
Meet.
Google Meet. That's it tonight. We don't know how it works, so I'll probably press all the wrong buttons. So yes. So anyway, I'm reversed, but hey, that means it's all cryptical. With me tonight, as always, I say that, but it's not as always. First of all, we have, who's in order? I've got the wrong glasses on. First of all, on the screen, we have Colin at Festa 67's workshop, which won't lock on him, and I don't know how to do it.
Hello, folks.
There you go. I'll just have
How
to
are
shut
you all
up.
doing?
How are you doing, Colin?
Fine and dandy, mate. Fine and dandy.
I don't know how to lock it on you. I've not figured this out.
Yeah, preparation.
Oh, there we go. I've done it now. I've done it now. You're locked on you.
Oh, happy days, mate.
So for anybody who's never watched one of these before or isn't a member of the Boomhut, tell us all about yourself, dude. In 10 words or less.
I'm 53 years young. I've got my own YouTube channel, Festa 67's workshop.
Straight in there with the plug. Go for it, Massa.
Yeah, do some builds for the e-models thing. Married for 31 years, and I'm now retired due to MS. But hey, don't stop me building.
You went into all the married for 31 years bits. It's like a dating program.
Yeah, I mean, you should tell the people about yourself, so I did.
This is a completely blind date.
Yeah, and what you working on tonight then, Festa?
I've got a bit of the old Metal Earth Tower Bridge going on.
Oh yeah, I know a man who can sell you a bridge.
Yeah, so yeah, I've got a bit of that going on, and I love photo etch, honest. And it's one of those do not swear nights. So yeah, I've chose the right thing to do, really, haven't I?
You made all the correct decisions there, didn't you, Cole?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done. And next up, we have star of stage and screen, today at least, Chris at Gross Models.
Hello.
Hello, it's locked on you, buddy.
I'm
Tell us all
here,
about yourself,
am I?
Chris,
Yes.
while I do a great big burp.
I'm sure everybody knows me because this is my third live stream today. So I'm the third channel, in fact. So that's
Yeah, you've done 3 streams on
I've
3
been
is
channels.
making
quite
my way across the
impressive.
entire internet.
Yeah. Tell us about yourself, Chris, for those who have
Um,
never seen one of these before.
I am Chris. I have a channel called Gross Models, as like what it says there. Yeah, you know me. At the moment, I'm painting Arnie, which is a bust I picked up at Telford a couple of years ago now, and never really got around to do anything with it. I did some of it on the last MODcast, so I thought I'd pull it out and do a little bit on this one. And I've got a complaint already, Fox. When you said that tonight it was going to be meat, I
Yeah.
thought that you were feeding us.
No.
But
In all
it
fairness,
turns out...
Chris, you just threatened to pull it out. I also have a complaint.
Can I just point out that, as all my friends' dogs know, there's no point trying to expect to get food from me because sharing is not a word that's in my vocabulary when it comes to food.
But you said that there was going to be meat tonight, and there's no meat, and I'm disappointed now.
It's all in the spelling. There were too many E's for that kind of meat.
So, okay. Then, yes, I'll just be doing this and muttering, chipping in occasionally. I won't be here for the full 3 hours because I've already done enough today. So
Yeah,
I'll be around for
rubbish.
a bit, and then I'll drop out, and everybody else can see everybody else.
Chris likes to drop out every now and then.
Yes.
And next up, we have a mysterious talking squig.
I am waving. You just can't see it.
You're not waving bigly enough, I think. That's why we can't see it.
That's true.
Wave harder.
Yeah. Wave
Yeah,
harder.
I'll try
Wave harder, the wavening.
So
So next up, yes, is our good friend, Cy Reynolds, also known as Kevin. Kevin is his correct legal name under British law.
Yeah, I'm Kevin, aka Captain Squig, aka Lord and Emperor of Mankind.
Yeah.
Aka Cy to some people as well. It's just,
Not
you
many,
know.
though.
No, not many.
Okay, current stream boss when we were doing stream boss.
Yeah, I paint things from time to time, but slower than Fox.
I know.
So you can imagine it's quite a slow process.
Is that even possible?
It is, yeah.
It is. You wouldn't think
It
it's
is.
possible, but I build. I don't paint things slowly, but I build things.
That's true. If you hear what sounds like a whoosh, that is me vaping. Don't panic. You're not about to take off. And Colin hasn't fired.
I
Masks,
know
Except he
I'm a
might
man of a certain age, but
if necessary, masks will drop down from the ceiling. Exits to your left and right. Awesome. And last but by no means least at all, just because at the bottom of the list there on that thing. Last but by no means least, it's Dad.
Hello.
Hello, Dad.
hello.
Tell the lovely, lovely viewers about yourself if they don't know who you are.
I'm Mike Mountain, aka Dad, aka Scaly Models, and I'm working on this teapot that Fox made me buy
I'm a little teapot, not very little.
way back in October.
When some of us went to Warhammer World, some of
all
us.
the millions of bits on the top, yeah, when we done our road trip. So
Yeah, some of us went to Warhammer World, didn't we?
Yeah, some of us remembered.
Simon wasn't there, was he? No,
Yeah.
couldn't make
I
it.
forgot. Wait, I actually need to leave because I arrived on time. I need to come back in like half an hour.
We
Yeah,
were
you-
from
at least
Bugman.
you didn't do what I did and arrive a week early.
Or not turn up at all.
Yeah. To be fair, he was stuck in London buying Pikachu, so
Yeah, exactly.
see, I did remember that, but that's still not an excuse. But it's a good excuse. It's not the best excuse.
What
We
would
let
have
him
been the
off.
best excuse?
I don't know. Probably some kind of quantum physics type thing. That would have impressed me, I think, if he'd somehow got quantum physics in there, entanglement or some duality, wave particle duality or something.
Yeah, I got taken to an alternate dimension by Ant-Man and some pin particles. Oh wait, you're not a Marvel fan, are you?
Fox
I was,
I know what you're talking
I was
about
just
there,
about
Mike.
to say. I was just about to
Damn.
say that's Marvel, dude. It's not.
Damn.
Nah, if you'd said you'd gone through the wrong Stargate, I would have been on board. It's too late now. You can't go back.
Damn. I was trying to do the Kessel run in 11 parsecs. There you go.
12 parsecs. I see what you mean?
You got it, haven't you? After you, you got it. Great.
Rivet counted on parsecs. That's a
Yeah, Revit counted on fake, nonsensical distance measurements.
You rivet counted me on parsecs and then realised what I meant. Brilliant.
Yes, yeah, I kind of got hoisted by my own petard there. Anyway, I'll have a quick look at chat and see who's in. But yes, this is us lot. I am, of course, I won't look it on me. I'm Fox from Modelmaker Guru. This is my channel. and I run the Boomhut. I own the Boomhut. It's my Boomhut. It's my Boomhut. It's mine. Get off. My Boomhut. I'm not like that, really. But you know me, I'm model making guru. I do very little because I'm rubbish. But anyway, have a quick look at chat. See who's in. You're not going to see a lot of me. I'm working on the big... I'll lock it back on me for a second. I'm working on the last 2 issues of Warhammer Conquest because they turned up yesterday. So I'm just getting this assembled. I was planned on getting it assembled last night, but then all kinds of things happened last night. And I have to say thank you to everybody. Massive, massive thank you to the entire world for last night. Incredible. But yeah, so I started building this, so I decided I'm still working on that. It's the Magnavent Walkway from issue 79 and 80 from Warhammer Conquest. I'm going to crack on with that. You're not really going to see my screen much because the way this Hangout works, A, I'm backwards anyway, and B, to get it to look at my desk, I have to go and click on it, and that doesn't really work very well. So I'll just leave it with the other guys going backwards and forwards, and I'll be there. So I'll probably spend a lot of time just reading the comments and doing no work tonight because I'm lazy and it works for me. I'll unlock it from me, and I'll have a quick look and see who is in chat, and then I'll let the other guys talk for 3 hours. I'll probably miss a lot out. But very quickly, the first name I see, there were lots of names because the chat started about 5 o'clock, but the first name I've got is Andy McLeish. Then we have Model Making Trucker, so Lewis is in. And Nat is in as well, so Nat and Lewis. Welcome to all of you. There's an entire conversation between those 3. Then we have still those 3 talking. And then Chris is in, Chris at Gross Models, and Dad, and... There you go, that's the entire crowd. Gemma's in as well. Welcome, Gemma. Chris, you're going to get in trouble?
Oh, I probably am.
Yeah, hopefully. What the people
Isn't
want.
Chris always in trouble?
Yes, just by default.
That's how
I
marriage
cut the
works.
grass today. I'm not in trouble. I've got a couple of days off for cutting the grass.
That's true. You cut the grass very quickly. I've got to be impressed by that.
I cut 3 of them. 3 grasses.
Who else have we got? We have Eric Graham is in. Welcome, Eric. We have Speedy
I do
Curator
like
is
it when
in.
Fox reads out the names.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
he's
it's taken...
not as good as you, Chris.
No,
Nobody's as good as me. But I'm not
Yes.
doing it. It's my night off.
nah. Speedy Curator asks if this is a test to see how many people Paul can mute of the Boomhut mods. Paul can't join us tonight because he's got Paulie back. But he was going to come. He was going to join us, but he can't.
He was going to
and
come and build Lego. I mean,
Yeah,
come
I know. And it was an epic Lego as well. He just failed us for the last time.
But
Admiral.
Paul is the youngest old man that I know.
Yes. Failed me for the last time. Yes, and we I think Vincent said he might possibly join us as well. I don't know yet.
He's having
Kristen.
trouble at the minute. You'll be in a minute.
Oh, okay, cool. I know he said he was going to try and join us. You never know, Ted might turn up, although I doubt it. I've not heard from Ted. Anyway, yes, so we have Speedy Creators in. We have... It's a big conversation between those 4 people so far.
Yeah, Ted probably won't be in because he's feeling a bit blue, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's blue and... Copyright. D-Rock Payne. D-Rock Payne is in, has got to go. He had to leave to conserve battery, so we'll see you in a bit. D-Rock Payne. Jamie Bone is in. Hi, everyone. Is this going to be another well-funded stream? That was insane last night. Everybody's skint now, so...
It could be. We'll see.
No, stop. Have a look. We have Quano Man. Welcome, Quano Man. TK's model. TK's in. Welcome, TK. TK is obviously one of your mods as well, but he couldn't make it tonight because he's got the little spud who decides to not sleep when he needs to do things. Sleep when he doesn't need to do things. Swiggin Pig is in. Welcome, Swiggin Pig. Candy Brown for Mongo. Oh, yeah, I got my cup of tea made just in time. Let's have a look. Cy Reynolds is in. Chat. Welcome, Cy.
Shouldn't be in chat.
I'm everywhere.
That was before Mouthwords time.
No, it was when you were doing the introduction, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, it was
I
in
try that excuse and get told off.
No, because it doesn't work when you do it, Carl. Osric 9000 is in. Says hello. Tomcat 181, Aries Styrene, and that is everybody so far. Aries Styrene says, "Be right back. Need a bourbon. This is going to be actually last 3 hours. It may well do so." Gemma says that Chris makes the perfect cuppa. Did you not make her a brew before we started, Chris?
Yep, I did just after that. You'll see.
Okay. I thought that was one of them subtle hints. Oh, he makes a brilliant cup of tea. Let's have a look. And that's everybody so far in the chat. We have 44 people watching and like 7 people in chat. So if you are watching this, do come and join in the chat. The reason we're doing all these streams, you'll notice that all of our channels are doing more streams than normal. It's because we're all stuck at home, longing for human company. So we're all doing more streams than we normally do, just to give you guys places to hang out in chat. So if you are watching this, come and join the chat. If you're watching on a mobile device and you can't see where the chat is, if you're not on the YouTube app, then it might be underneath the video. So just scroll down a bit. But if you can't see it, and if you're watching it embedded in Facebook or Twitter or somewhere else, click on the YouTube icon in the bottom right hand corner, and that will take you to the YouTube page where you can see the live chat. Do join in, please do, because it's a real good time in chat, and that's the entire reason we do this, is for you to hang out with each other in chat and for us to hang out with you as well. So come and say hello in chat. No reason not to. Jamie Bone says, question, is Tamiya X12 Gold Leaf a good colour alternative for brass? If you're airbrushing it, don't go with Tamiya colours, because Tamiya colours are really particly. They have big metal flakes and they don't look great. You're better off with some of the Vallejo or other brand colours. Tamiya are not the best metallics, to be perfectly honest.
Or even the Citadel metallics, they're actually the best paints they do. All of their metallics are the best paints they produce.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Or you got a Vallejo metal color bottle to hand, Fox?
I do have a Vallejo metal color bottle to hand.
One of these incoming bottles, Jamie.
Hang on.
If you can find these, E-models do sell them, I believe.
It is actually printed, not backwards, and it's not normally covered in that much paint either, because it's the crappy one. But yeah, Vallejo metal color. These are. I don't know if they do a goldy or bronzy color, but these are beautiful.
They do a brass. I believe I have it in the drawer. I am going to look.
Pass it to me and I'll show it on my camera. Yes, okay. Vallejo metal color. I use duraluminum. These, in my experience, these have the finest pigment of any acrylic metallics. The problem with acrylic metallics is they always have massive pigments in them, massive flakes. These are like awesome. So if they've got a brass or a bronze color in this Vallejo metal color and you're airbrushing it, this is your puppy. Although I think Jamie might have been.
They do brush really well. They do hand brush very, very well.
Yeah, I think Jamie may have been stuck on rattle cans anyway. So if you do get some of them, Jamie, they're super thin, so you don't need to thin them. You don't even need a wet palette, and they do brush on beautifully, like Simon says. So if you can get yourself those Vallejo metal colours, E-models have got them in. Well, they're not at the moment, but if you can get some, they are really good. But I wouldn't use Tamiya metallics either rattle can or brush, because they're just too lumpy. They're too sparkly and speckly and.
Just be warned, if you do order from E-models at the moment, be patient. Don't harass them. Your order will get to you, but it will take about 2 weeks.
Yeah,
because of the chocolate Velociraptor.
Yeah, it could take up to. They are saying up to 30 days for in some cases now. I mean, Jamie's a regular, so he knows it. Yeah, it's basically a case of place your order, then forget about it, and it'll turn up eventually.
And it'll be a nice surprise.
Yeah, because you'll be like, God, did I order that? Quano Man says, I am munching Belgian chocolate muffins, but shh, don't tell no one, because Chris, don't no one tell Chris about my little cake stuff. What?
Hey?
I'm not supposed to tell you about Quano Man's little cake stuff.
He promised me cake.
Did he?
He did. He said if I did a stream yesterday, he would send me cake.
Oh.
I did a stream, and he was asleep and missed it.
Chris sounds genuinely annoyed.
To be honest, if I was promised cake and didn't get it, I'd be genuinely. It'd be a bit like Scott Sutherland promising to send me fudge and then not sending it. I'd be like, oh. It'd be like the food equivalent of blue balls, I suppose.
Cake balls.
That killed the conversation.
I want a cake ball now.
Andy McLeish says he got the metal set of those Vallejo paints through my Amazon store. Links are in the description below the video, but I don't think I had any of the brass or bronze ones. But yeah, Jamie, have a look on Amazon as well. There might be some in my store.
Do straight up brass, 100%.
Yeah, I don't think I've got it in my store though, but I can add it if necessary. Jamie, if you want to get it on Amazon, you do find one that's the right colour. Drop me a message and I'll stick it in my Amazon store for you. Or you could just order it anyway. Chrono Man says, oh, Fox, you've got me in the doo-doo now. Yes. Don't promise cakes that you aren't going to... Don't make a girl a promise that you know you're not going to keep, is the moral there. Right, let's do some work, shall we? I'm going to keep an eye on the chat. You guys crack on, have fun. How are you all? How is everyone? What should we talk about?
See, Hachette's working, aren't they? Hachette are still working through all this.
Yes, they certainly are. I got issue 79 and 80 yesterday. And you got your Silver Templars, didn't you, Dad?
I did. I got my Silver Templars today. Yeah. So
Are you going to paint them silver?
By the way, Dad, I love the belly plate that you've got sitting in the background for your stomper. The turquoise, the blue, and the off-whites look awesome against the red.
Oh, on here.
No, to the right. The actual faceplate that you've got on the bench.
That one.
Yeah. Those colours contrast really nicely against the red.
Hold it up to the camera, Dad, and talk so it locks on you. So we can have a look.
Okay. Come on.
Ta-da!
Ta-da.
Yeah, you have to keep talking though, Dad, so it stays locked on you.
Right, I have to keep on talking. Yeah, it's it's all weathered and I'm ready to go on.
That is
Whenever.
Really nice. That's a really nice bit of paper there, Dad. Is that you doing proper weather and everything now, Dad, on that?
Yeah.
Cool.
And am I right in thinking that you've got a stripe on the piece on your tile currently? A white stripe. It may just be your lighting, I'm not sure, because that looks pretty cool.
A white stripe on me.
The piece just in front of your finger right now, not the bit with the silver on, but have you got a racing stripe on that, or is it the lighting?
On
Top
that
one.
piece or that piece?
Yeah.
That piece.
That piece.
No, it's the lighting. That it's just yellow at the moment.
It would look really cool with the stripe on it.
It would look really cool with the stripe on it. You need to put a stripe on it, Dad.
Dave ain't been at it.
Yeah, we need a stripe on that, Dad. That would look awesome. But only, but like I know, I think a white stripe, but that is not. It's like 2/3 as wide as the left eye. So it doesn't come. It's not as wide as the eye. It's like halfway in a little bit.
I'm gonna screenshot how the lighting is creating a stripe on it. It looks really good.
White stripes look great on the yellow, but it'd have to be like half the width of the eye and in the middle, centered on that left eye.
Straight down.
Yeah, straight down down the middle.
Straight down the middle.
But like a nice big fat stripe, but not as fat as the actual eye slit. If that makes sense.
It looks like it's just over the size of the eye slit. It's from the edge to the middle of the nose.
Okay.
Right.
But yeah, I think I want to work as well, I should think.
I've screenshotted it, Dad. I'm going to send you what it looks like. Because it's the lighting, but it actually looks really cool.
Oh, God.
Somebody is using writing words and not mouth words in chat.
Who's that?
That's just shocking, mate.
It's not. Somebody.
It isn't me. Someone must have hacked me.
Somebody whose name might start with, I don't know, Chris, perhaps, and finish in Chris.
No, I think I've been hacked. Someone must have
You've
been
been
hacking me.
Is that your Facebook account getting hacked again?
Yeah, they do, don't they? Do
they do, don't they?
They do.
Now I do have to apologise for folks that my camera's at a funny angle, but also if you just, I know I'm only in the top right hand corner in the little tiny corner. You can't even see me because I'm behind the Boomhut logo. But if I do look on me at some point, all you'll see is my head, because my head is right in the camera shot. But it's the only way I could put the camera so you'd be able to see the entire walkway when I finish it.
It's just as well it ain't my head then, because the white balance would be straight out the window.
Colin, if your head was in my shot, I'd be really worried. I'd also be quite impressed as well.
Start sleeping with one eye open. You never know what you wish for.
I'd be like, that's a hell of a trick shot. Dad, ask the question, buddy.
What's on your bench and what's in your belly?
Yeah, it's nice when Dad's actually here to ask the question. That's great. I love that.
Nice stuff.
Yeah, so remember, folks, what's on your bench, what's in your belly, what are you working on right now? It doesn't need to be a model. It could be a drawing or a piece of music, or it could be you reading a book. What are you doing? What are you keeping yourself busy with? And what did you have for your dinner, or what are you going to have for your dinner? I am so bored of these two components. Cleaning them up is a nightmare. Yeah, so what are you up to? What's on your bench and belly? Also gives me things to read in chat. Andy McCleave says, Dad, the faceplate painted day do day.
Oh, did they do?
I lost track of it and just started making it up towards the end.
Check Messenger when you get a chance, Dad.
Yeah, I'm on it now, mate.
You'll see what we can see.
Yeah.
It's such a faint white, or the light is portraying such a faint white stripe, but it just looks really cool.
Yeah.
And those two components do look like a nightmare.
Yes. Oh no, sorry.
Hmm.
Iru says, "What fungal heresy is this?" I think you're referring to Dad's Orc Stomper.
Hey.
You're making an Orc Stomper, and Orcs are fungus. Orcs are made
Oh,
of.
yeah.
Orcs are a kind of fungus.
Or,
Assuming he's referring to the Orc Stomper and not anything else.
yeah. The Orc Stomper.
Yeah. Yes, so anyway, to what Dad was saying earlier on, yes, Hachette do seem to be still sending stuff out. I got my issue 79 and 80 yesterday or day before. Dad's got his Silver Templars. So if you are subscribed to the Warhammer Conquest or the Warhammer Age Mortal Realms, Age of Sigmar thing, or any other Hachette part work, don't panic, they're still sending things out. It was, what I got was kind of half-packed, half-arsed. It wasn't exactly fantastic. It was in just a bubble wrap envelope. But I don't really mind. But yes, I'm very grateful they did send it out. So if you are a subscriber to something, you probably get your relevant issues. I haven't heard from D'Agostini. They send me the X-Wing part work. I haven't heard from them, but that's only every 5 weeks anyway, so we shall see what happens.
I would imagine most part work should be okay because they're all printed in advance anyway.
Yeah.
The X-Wing one, there was a letter in my last one that said that they're changing to a 2-weekly delivery rather than a weekly issue. So
Yeah.
instead of sending out 5 every 5 weeks, they're sending out 3 every 5 weeks.
Okay. That's actually not... I don't really mind, because I'll be honest, when I get 5 issues, it's a pain in the butt having to film 5 issues. Because
It's this entire Velociraptor is just going to push back Iron Man even more, if they even ever do it, which makes me sad.
Marvel nonsense.
Very, very sad.
Marvel nonsense. Now, if D'Agostini did like a part work of a tactical droid, I'd be all over that like a rash.
If D'Agostini ever did a motorized Jaffa helm, that would be awesome.
Oh, Jaffa, Kree.
Kree.
But are you talking about the movie Anubis helm? Or are you talking about the TV series? It's got one moving part helmet.
I would take either.
You know what I used to love about the TV series is they to save animation costs, they just cut the camera away and go back, and it'd suddenly be the full helmet, and then maybe have the sound in the background, and then the helmet would be there, and you'd be like, "Yeah, you've just shaved a bit of cost off there, haven't you?" I like that.
I kind of prefer the Ra helm.
Oh, that's just so poncy.
Yeah, but I like poncy.
That was the point, wasn't it?
Yeah, the thing is with my name, I kind of prefer Anubis. The fact I guess. I mean, the fact I happen just having an Anubis tattoo probably is a bit of a bias, but you know. Yeah, they were a great helmet. Imagine that. Oh yeah, that'd be good. That I remember many years ago. I saw a small scale Stargate figure, and it was the Anubis guard from the movie back in the 90s, and I wish I'd got it now. I don't remember who made it. It might have been like MPC or AMT Ertl or something. It's probably garbage, but I wish I'd got it now.
I'm sure you could probably find something that someone could print for you.
Yeah.
If you wanted something.
Well, no, I'd much rather someone print a tactical droid for me.
You are currently obsessed with the tactical droid, aren't you? Is that the one with the square head? I'm googling it to make sure.
Yeah, it's got the square head, not the one with 3 eyes. The one with the square head that's got almost like a visor, and it's got the little sort of half hexagon eyes. And it's more just the voice. I love the voices they give them.
Is that the one from one of your favourite films with Jar Jar in it?
The thing is, I get away with it.
Clone Wars, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not in the films because the films don't exist, but they are in the animated series, which is fantastic.
Aren't they generally really snarky as well, from what I can remember?
Yeah, they are. They're really like hoity-toity because they walk around with their hands behind the back. They've got like a little pot belly that sticks out, and they're like, "Oh, I say, I'm smashing. I'm lovely. These droids are rubbish. I'm fantastic." They don't talk like that, but they have a high opinion of themselves. But they always fail miserably.
So, Jamie said that he's looking at the Citadel paint app, and it's saying that Retributor armor is a good base color for brass, which is true, Jamie, depending on the type of brass you want.
Yes.
If you want a really bright clean brass, then Retributor armor is really good. But if
Mhm.
you want a slightly more weathered appearance to brass, which happens to brass pretty much the second it hits oxygen, then it's not so great.
I'm using brass scorpion at the moment, which is quite nice.
I'm
Yeah,
Yeah,
brass scorpion is a very nice color.
brass
I'm using
scorpion's a
Soul-
nice, smooth,
Soul
bright color,
Crusher
isn't
I've
it?
got.
I mean, I've done bronzy brass before, and I did. Is Balthazar's gold a base color? I can't remember.
No, it's a layer.
Yeah.
But Balthazar's gold is quite nice.
Yeah, I think
Um,
I did like a brown base coat of some sort. Might have been like I don't know what
Balthazar
it was
Gold
now.
is a base.
Is it?
It says base on it, just above
yeah.
where it
Okay.
says
Well,
Balthazar
it's a
Gold.
base then.
Yeah, I think if I remember right, I
Colour me
did
surprised.
colour your bronze. I think I did Balthazar Gold as the base, and then brass scorpion over the top, and it gave me a real nice bright brass colour. Because Jamie's doing a big 1-to-1 scale tank shell, so it probably wouldn't be that weathered, really. So
No,
it would
that's
be
true. It probably
reasonably
would be
clean.
quite shiny.
I mean, it'd have grime on it from being in the tank, but it would be battered and beaten. So yeah.
Look at Chris using a dad device.
Oh, is he?
Who's that?
He is.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he knows, you see. He knows now. He's learnt, Chris.
Well, he knows when Dad's in the stream with him, he's got to. There ain't no escaping it.
I use Skull Crusher brass on this.
Who?
Skull Crusher brass.
The hell's that come from? I never even heard of that. Is this one of these newfangled paints I don't know about?
The Citadel one.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Skull Crusher brass.
Layer paint, yeah. And it
So-
comes up, it gives a real brass effect.
Yeah,
Nice.
never heard of
shiny
that.
brass.
Mind you, I've
So
never heard of.
Retribution armor is quite brassy. I'm just looking at my paints. Oricama Gold is quite brassy.
It's a little. It's actually quite pale Oricama because that's your layer. That's your highlight color for Retributor. Sometimes
Yeah.
I found it's a bit pale.
Sycorax
Maybe.
bronze is too coppery.
Yeah,
in
that's
terms
quite. If it's a shell, I'm thinking more like brass scorpion, to be honest. Maybe, but it's more of a. I think the shell would be more of a goldy brass than a bronzy brass, if that makes any sense at all.
They are generally, are they not?
Yeah. Or you could just turn it into a tank girl shell and paint checkers all over it.
Yeah, just do like a massive 1-to-1 orc shell. Why not?
Yeah. My tank girl reference there just failed completely. Nobody remembers
Sorry.
tank girl. Nobody
My bad.
remembers tank girl.
I wasn't listening.
Honestly.
If you like the MIG acrylics, but they're difficult to work with, their brass is spot on for what you want.
Yes, if you, I can't remember if Jamie. I don't think Jamie's spraying it, are you, Jamie? I think you're just brushing it or rattle canning it. So.
No, he said he's brushing it earlier.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to brush a MIG. I don't know. Not anything big. I mean, this thing's like 2 foot long. Don't forget. So.
Oh, fair point.
Yeah, given what MIG paints are like when you brush them.
If you're brushing something that big, I would probably go smaller pigments, which would lead me towards the Vallejo metal colours.
Yeah, I think that's where I put. That's just. I mean, there's probably other ones that I don't know about. I mean, there's the things like there's the Mr. Colour buffables, but they're hard to get hold of. But they're quite nice. But I don't know what their bronzes and brasses are like if they even do them. So.
Aren't they a bit stinky though?
They are lacquers. Yeah, they are lacquers, and you will zone out into space after about 10 minutes. But they come up quite nice. But they're hard to get hold of, and they're not cheap. So I'll probably say.
Can you say buffable again, please, folks?
Buffable.
Thank you.
A buffable buffalo. Buffalopes. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I need to know why that menu's popped up. Yeah, I would tend to agree with Simon and say go for the Vallejo metal colours because they are. There might be other ones out there, but they're some of the smoothest metallic paints brushed on I've ever come across. When I need to do little highlights and shiny bits, if I paint something in like a metal colour and do a matte varnish over the top, and then I go back with a metallic paint to get the shiny highlights, I always use with the Vallejo metal colours. like burnt aluminium or duraluminium or
Durable Moomin.
durable moomin. Anyway, let's have a look at some of these comments about the. We asked the question, didn't we, about the who's in your pants or whatever it was. What did we ask? I've got no idea.
Bench and belly, Fox.
Bench and belly. Now Edward gets 10 points for the next e-models quiz. Because he's got a comment about your Arnie. He just says it's not a tumor. It's not a tumor.
Indeed.
Yes. There's also no bathroom. TK's models. See the first one? Yes. TK says bench tiny X-wing. I'm intrigued. Tell me about this tiny X-wing. Belly, again, boring Dutch food. You can't just say that, TK. We need to have the Dutch words so we can all try and read them. So you have to remember that. They may be boring Dutch food, but you've got the comedy of us trying to read them. The words. Oh, hello. Admit. There we go. Vincent, you are live on Channel 4. Please do not swear.
Oh, screens all moved around again.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Something's happened. Hey, Vincent.
I
think Vincent is currently frozen, however.
Yes. Vincent's frozen in the worst possible pose.
Yes. Brilliant.
No, that could be much worse than that.
Vincent, when you do get back in, because your microphone's also muted. Hello, he's there. He's moving. Vincent.
Oh, there we go. Hello.
I don't know what resolution you're at, but what you'll need to do is the bottom right-hand corner, the three-dot menu. Three-dot menu in the bottom right-hand corner. And you can set your resolution in there. If you go to settings, you can change it to 720 because it'll default to 360p.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Google Meet. Not my favourite kind of meat, but it works. No, when you've... There you go. Right, so very quickly then, I shall say, we've got a new member joining in, so I shall introduce you. This is Vincent. I shall let Vincent do some talking. So, Vincent, tell us all about yourself.
I'm Vincent from Mr. Lot's Model Making. Most of you guys probably know me as a mod on Fox's channel, Chris's channel, and the eModels live streams. And I'm the guy who has an addiction to brass and resin aftermarket.
You've got the addiction to complicated stuff.
Can we just pause a minute to talk about Vincent's moustache, which looks awesome?
Yes, there's a bit of Terry Thomas going on here.
Yeah,
Ding dong.
I'm loving it.
I'm liking the fact that people can't see, but Dad's growing an isolation beard, and Vincent's growing an isolation moustache.
Yeah, because my beard is way too patchy for anything.
Have you got one of those beards that looks like you're 13? Trying to grow a beard.
It's not that bad, but I get like proper beard growth here, so I get a soul patch, and that's about it.
Oh, yeah. If all you get is a soul patch, no, you don't want to do that. I tried that once; it was bad. But yeah, you've got a real. Right now, you've got a real. Oh, there you go. That's a bit better. You've got a real kind of Tamiya British officer. Can you point at something? just point at something for me. There you go. British officer, 135th. It looks cool.
Right.
How are you doing?
Quiet. So, I'm fine. I'm back in the office for a day tomorrow because since a week or two we're at the office for one day in the week. So it's nice to not be at home at least for one day in the week.
Yeah. Awesome. And what are you working on at the moment then, dude? Is it going to be something tiny and complicated? Or is you working on your B50? Oh, good God. Yeah. And that's what, half of it?
No, that's full length, only the nose cone's missing, but I can't tilt it any further or it just goes off screen.
Dear Lord in heaven, what is that? That's your B51? B1.
That's the B1, yeah. The one
B1,
I picked up at the Telford when I went, that's 2 years ago now, I think.
When the guy sold it to you, was he there going, oh, thank God. Now I can get my kid in the back of the car.
Oddly enough, I probably wasn't the one walking away with the most expensive model because that was the year that HPH, and those are the really boutique aircraft makers who do the multi-media aircraft. That was the year they were introducing their B-36 bomber in 148, and that's like literally like massive. Just a second.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Give me a minute here.
Hello, porn helpline. We've got the moustache if you've got the cash. I just made that up. I've just made that up in my brain. We've got the moustache if you've got the cash. I like that. I'm proud of that.
That was Ron Jeremy wanting his moustache back.
I don't know what you could, but you should use it for something, Fox.
Welcome, welcome. We've got the cash. We've got the moustache if you've got the cash.
You've already fudged it.
I know, I fudged it already. I just made it up. God damn it. Let's go back to questions.
Amateur hour.
I'm surprised they didn't spell Khajiit on it as well.
Khajiit. We have moustache if you have the cash or carrots. Right, where are we up to? So TK was making a tiny X-Wing, and we need to know TK's boring Dutch food so we can all mangle it. Bassist is in. Welcome, Raging Bassist. He says, bench D12 Dice Man still. What's his name? Dr. Faust Painting Clinic, I think, is painting the D12. He just put a video up. I think it was the D12. I might be wrong. And Shadow Dale, which I'm reading, belly, toast, and a cheese and onion crisp butty. I had a cheese and onion crisp butty again today. It's because I've got a massive box of cheese and onion. Jamie Bowen is, of course, working on his pig models 1-to-1 scale tiger tank shell. Belly, fish finger, and mashed potato sandwich and baked beans. Get in.
Mint.
We haven't got any fish fingers. We've got 2 packs of veggie fingers, which are actually quite nice, but they're not fish fingers. Bizarrely, they taste quite pleasant. Nat Williamson says, belly, cheesy chips. Oh, cheesy chips, sausage, and eggs. Get in.
Whoa. You need to clarify the style of chip. Are we talking steakhouse chips?
Oh, yeah.
French fries? Are we talking about like
Crinkle cut.
McCain original crinkle cut? You know, these are the rules.
Well, they could be homemade chips from actual potato type things. But yeah, I suppose
they could be.
Yeah, we need to know, because you'll get extra points if they're crinkle cut. Why is it right? Crinkle cut chips don't taste like any other chip, but it's still just a goddamn potato. Don't get it. Bench, she says, working on my knitted hedgehog. It's the best sentence in the entire chat tonight. Nobody's going to beat that. Having to redo the head. Aww. Let's have a look. Nat says that her and Lewis both have Hachette subscriptions, had a delay until the end of March, but luckily it seems to have caught up. They're probably just working on reduced staff, I would suspect. Cynical Steve, bench, Lego. There's a bit of information missing there. Can you see what the missing information is? Like what you're building in Lego. Bench, Lego, a belly with Scotch pie and chunky. Nobody dived in there to help me, so I had to answer it myself. You're all rubbish, you are.
Oh,
belly
yeah,
with Scotch.
Mate.
I know. God damn it! Don't get me near cliffs. Belly with Scotch pie and chunky chips. There you go, chunky chips. See?
There you go. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Andy McLeese says, bench, nothing today was working, but belly, beef burgers, chips, and mixed vegetables. Oh, yes. We don't need to know chips in that case, because that's just beef burger and chips, so it's just chips. It's fine. Irie Styrene says, so after all these models I've been making, I think it's time for a diorama to take up my time. Can't decide if to set it in Afghanistan, Iraq, or Kosovo. What do you guys think?
What were you going to say then?
I was going to say Iraqistan and Afak. Yes.
Nice.
So Iraq, Afghanistan, or Kosovo. What do you guys think? And maybe give a story. What do you guys reckon? I've got my idea, but I'll let you guys go first.
I missed the question.
Basically, he think he's going to do a diorama.
Yeah.
He's been doing. I think he's been doing a lot of like modern armor vehicles. So he's thinking Iraq, Afghanistan, or Kosovo for a diorama. What do you think?
Well, a lot of people are doing Iraq and Afghanistan, so why not go for Kosovo? Something different.
Yeah. There you go. A little logic bomb there from the Festa. Logic bomb.
I have no opinion. I don't do real world stuff generally, so yeah, wherever you like the fancy of.
No, you
do space.
Coward's way
Space.
Out.
Space.
Yeah, get all your Abrams in space. There you go. What about you, Sam?
I also don't really have an opinion. Attach a balloon to it, send it to space, and then it's a win.
Space? What about you, Dad?
Yeah, I'll go with what Cole said.
What did Cole say?
Bastard.
Nothing. You have to get up pretty early in the morning to get past me.
That's not true, Fox. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's true. You have to get up really late in the morning.
You got up pretty early in the morning and be up before you.
Yeah, you have to get
that's
up quite early in the afternoon to get up before Fox.
You get up too early in the morning, I'll still be up. What about you, Vincent? What would you say, Iraq, Afghan, or Kosovo?
I think you're talking to an empty chair there, mate.
Is it
Yeah.
John? Oh, I've got a moth. Hang on, I'm being assaulted.
I think Vincent's still on the phone, but Chair,
is he
what
on
do
the
you
phone?
think?
Hang on, I've got a little friend with me. Hang on, I'm trying to catch this moth. Come here, land on my hand. Say hello.
Whoa, Fox, 2 meters, mate.
Little moth. I'm trying to get it to land on my hand so I can say hello.
Social distancing.
Oh well, it's whizzing around my room right now. It'll come and say hello because all the lights are on. I would say, seeing as Vincent's elsewhere, I would say I'd go for Kosovo purely because sand weathering is really boring.
Well, everyone's doing it at the moment, isn't they? Iraq and Afghanistan, and
Yeah, Kosovo's
the forgotten one, isn't it?
But don't forget, of course, Kosovo. You can start bringing in a lot more civilian vehicles, but also a lot more interesting 1980s vehicles.
Yeah.
But also 90s vehicles. But also, like I say, Kosovo has got more scope for interesting weathering.
Yeah.
But this is for me personally, because if you've got a diorama in Afghan or Iraq, you've not got a lot of options. It's sand. It's not that much foliage, and your buildings are all kind of generic Call of Duty type build. They're not, Adobe. It's not really.
Much, yeah.
But if you do Kosovo, it's just European architecture, mud, dirt, weathering, trees. Yeah.
You've got all the old style Gothic type buildings and all of that going on, isn't you? So
And what you can do if you do it as a Kosovo diorama, then you can get carried away halfway through and actually make it into a diorama of City 17 from Half-Life 2. Brilliant. I'd say Kosovo just because it's got more potential for interesting things.
Yeah.
Of course, if you've just done a load of vehicles in like desert camouflage, kind of knackers it a bit, but
yeah, then you're going to be a bit gutted, isn't you?
Yeah, but I go for Kosovo just because it's got more potential for fun and games. With you're not going to have to cook soil in your oven to do it in Afghan.
I don't know. I mean, I've done my my mobile arty piece as I'm back.
He's back.
But I've done my mobile artillery piece as the ones that the Germans took along to the Afghan war. Let me get my mic out of the way. And to be fair, there's a lot to do with like the tonality of the paint. Because it's basically just dust, but to get the right like how it fades the colors of the paint is wait, let me just get the model itself.
I know what you mean, but in terms of I mean, just for me, it'd be more like if you do go for Kosovo, you can do like mud and dirt and rust, and you can have a knackered vehicles and dirty buildings, and you've got warehouses and all kinds of like stuff buildings you can put in there. I know there's still a lot of potential with more desertified stuff. Well, hey, everybody's tastes vary.
Wondering, I don't do small models.
Nice.
Yeah, but there is a bit of dust from it being on the shelf for so long, so I need to clean it up. But there's a lot you can do with just dust building up, and it's.
But in terms of
Go on, Fox.
I was going to say in terms of if he's asking about doing diorama though, so if he's looking at, I think. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think there's more potential in a European diorama than a Middle Eastern diorama, just for variation and variety in buildings and weathering, and depends what floats you about.
It depends. If you want something truly serious, then do what these guys say. But if you want a comical diorama based in the desert, put it on top of a Victoria sponge and make a joke out of it.
On top of Victoria sponge.
Dessert.
Oh.
Cake.
It was terrible, but it would also, and you could do the commander of the tank being really puzzled as to why it's on top of a cake.
Yeah.
It could make for a giggle.
Yeah. Or why don't you put it on top of a cake and also have a couple of those little sort of we're getting married wedding cake figures on top, looking really confused. Or you could just do it in Europe and put some Deathcore Creed guys in it, and then it'd be brilliant.
You see, Andy, I would get my coat, but the thing is, I was deadly serious.
Anyway, where were we?
I think the potential for dioramas is mostly like doing a forward operating base. Like an FOB, a forward operations base, is probably where your interesting stuff lies with like what are those things called again? The metal things that they fill up with sand and dirt.
Small towns.
No.
Firms.
So like the prefab units, they basically ship them out where the FOB needs to be, and then
yeah.
There's a name
Well,
for them. I can't quite remember, but you have a lot you can do with that. But the villages themselves are quite generic. Yeah, there's not.
Yeah. Although there is the potential to do. There are more urbanized areas in Iraq and Afghanistan, so you could do the sort of street scene where you have lots of old Mercedes, and if you get some of the is it ICM that does all the sort of 135th Middle Eastern civilian type
Yeah, Jamie Bone
sets?
has the Hesco Bastion.
As a what?
Jamie Bone has the answer. Hesco Bastions, those prefab things.
Cool. Timber said, Timber's in. Timber says, "Hi, all mushroom stroganoff." This is the correct answer. And just started a Revell 132nd Spitfire that was a Prezi. Not my usual thing, but looking forward to it. That'd be nice. 132nd. It's the best plane ever made, and I'll hear no arguments otherwise from anybody. And it's 132nd scale, so what's going to be wrong with that? Nothing. Sorted. Best present ever. Whoever gave you that as a keeper, trust me. Andy McLeish says, "I miss tin bits."
That was a brilliant colour.
I've never seen tin bits in the wild, and I've just lost track of
The closest approximation to Timbits is Warplock Bronze.
Oh yeah, Warp Block Bronze. Frankie Goes to Hobbywood is in. Good evening from work again. Guten Abend, mein Freund. Do. How much is the super chat tonight? Says Frankie. Just don't start that again. Oh no, don't start all that again. Airy Styrene says, "Bench an M1117 Guardian." Is that a 111.7 Guardian? I don't know how you pronounce that. Vincent.
Isn't that some kind of
Belly was bourbon and pilsner. Get in.
117.
Right, we have a line of a comment from TK here with his food in Dutch. I think we should all take a go at saying it.
Oh god damn it!
Have you all got the chat there?
I can't see
Oh,
it.
this is
Where
going to
else
be
we talking about?
horrendous.
It's under. There's a big long comment from Cynical Steve saying he spent 2 hours looking at his paints earlier and he discovered he had no red, which is
Oh,
heresy.
that's ages ago. I'll have to
And
find
it's
it.
a couple down from that. Let me know when you've got it and we'll all have a go at pronouncing it.
This is going to be horrendous.
It was just before Vincent came in.
Let me find it.
Oh my god, yeah, I got it.
Andy McLeish says Moshi Moshi. I don't quite know why.
The annoying thing is, Fox will nail this because he seems to
won't,
have a
I
knack for
won't.
that kind of thing.
I won't, because I'll just make it sound like German. For some reason, whenever I try and do
put
Dutch,
a German accent on that.
Are we talking about the sentence that TK's put in?
he's put "Okay, Fox," and then he lists what he's
okay.
eating for food.
I'll find it. Yep.
Okay, so who wants to go first?
Well, you're the owner of the stream, Fox. So
No,
you're-
he'll go last and get it right. He'll let us mess it around first. I'll go
What?
first then.
Okay, go
Okay.
on.
TK says, "Okay, Fox. Aardappelen met just Sturben in Tata."
Interesting.
There we go.
Okay.
Now it can only get better.
I'll-
I need to know what it is first. so
No,
I'm
we
just-
don't need to know.
I'm Google Translate. I won't tell you, but I need to know what it
It's
is.
something apples and juice with. So it's okay, Fox. Aardappelen met Jus Schneibenen et Tata.
That's German.
Aardappelen met
It's
Jus
not what I thought it was at all.
Schneibenen. It's not like hard apples with juice. Schneibenen. Schneib. Yeah, and tartar. Who's next?
I'll go last because I actually speak.
So you get a free pass on.
Aardappelen met just Schnibbenen and Tartar.
There you
Okay, I
go.
thought mine was going to be the worst.
Schneibenen met tartar.
All over it, that, wasn't it?
Colin, I think what you need to do whenever you read Dutch, you have to put "you slag" at the end of it.
Slag.
You slag. Do it.
Dappelen met je noemeren een taar, you slag.
Walk handle.
You slag.
Oh shit!
You're right there, Si. I think you just done your swear word, didn't you, mate?
Oh, you've broken it! God damn it!
I've now lost
Now you
all my
know-
Dutch
Now you
patrons.
know why Paul Stewart wants me to do audio books of Harry Potter.
Oh, blimey, Harry, you're a wizard.
Yeah. Here, Harry, it's Hagrid, isn't it? He's a slag, he's a mug.
What was that spell again?
Oh, that was brilliant.
Malfoy, you muppet.
Who's not gone yet then? Dad, you've got to gone, have you? You'll go, Dad.
Yeah, Simon can't do anything at the moment. He's just reinserting his rib.
Yep.
Okay, Fox, our Dappelen met juice, Snijbonen on tartare.
Ooh, that was good.
Don't be dope.
You missed off you slag on the end there. Go on then, Vincent. Tell us how it goes.
Aardappelen met jus, snijbonen en tartaar.
Snijbonen.
See, I weren't that far wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded exactly the same.
Vincent, say it again, but can you say you slag at the end of it in a London accent?
What, like you slag in Dutch? Because I can do that.
Like you slay. Oh yeah, doing Dutch.
What I love the most is that now I know that the Dutch word for potato is aardappelen, or
Aardappelen.
however it's pronounced. Basically, hard apples are potatoes. That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Well then, if that means hard apples, what does aardvark? That was a hard vark. What's a soft vark?
That's a good question.
Or an aardwolf?
I'll block because it's hard.
Yeah, look. There we go. We've broken Simon anyway tonight. Last night you broke me, and tonight we broken Simon. He may have done a little bit of a wee, perhaps, just then.
I just laugh like Muttley. That was pretty good.
Nat Williamson confirms that the chips were Lidl straight chips, and model making trucker says Lidl 90p chips. So obviously Lewis goes by the cost, and Nat goes by the shape. Phil Lewis says, Belly, dull and boring ham sandwiches. Bench still trying to sort out so I can use a second monitor. It's a real mess. You slag.
Slag.
It was just the East London tone that really got me, I think.
It's Colin's voice. Nobody can say anything like that apart from Colin, which just makes everything better.
They're
just
rotten
brilliant.
to me, mate. They give me all these big words to do and mock me mercilessly. It's like,
Yep.
That's brilliant.
Gets something.
Colin, you could just read the phone book and it'd be the best thing ever.
yeah.
Lewis, model making trucker, says belly, chili hot dog, then pulled pork and coleslaw roll, followed by a pack of prawn cocktail crisps and a caramel chocolate bar, washed down with a can of Fanta. Bench, 1350 HMS Belfast. We don't care about that. It's the food we're interested in. No, he's working on his 1350 Belfast with all the photo etch in the world. Pulled pork. That always makes me think of Destiny now, unfortunately. LD, belly cornflakes. Oh, that's it. Belly cornflakes. Bench, sorting out my many pots of basing materials, looking for inspiration for my big bloodthirster type demon. Ooh.
What? Have you gone with traditional bloodthirster colours? Or have
suppose-
you... Because if you've gone for traditional, like, Cornish reds and whatnot, then you want to... Greys are a good shout.
Make sure the reds are vibrant and stand out.
Yeah.
Cynical Steve confirms the Lego was a cheap 3-in-1 car, a buggy or plane thing, Fox. If it's a car, buggy or plane thing, it must be really cheap if you can't tell which. Shelf Dust's ad. Oh, hang on. Shelf Dust's is gone. Shelf Dust. Aries says Shelf Dust adds to the model. I'm about, I think in the chat now, about where Vincent was holding his big tank up. Everywhere.
Yeah, you're about a quarter of an hour behind, I think.
Yeah. Edward, where has all my bourbon gone? Says Bench, nothing that you care anyway. Nothing, not that you care anyway. We do. Well, no, we don't. Belly going to be machunka, which is cubed ham, peas, hard-boiled eggs in a bechamel sauce served over toast covered with fried potatoes. I need all of that. Machunka. Isn't that what Greedo said just before he tried to kill Han? Machunka.
Hand shot
Never mind.
first.
Eh?
Hand shot first.
I was making a joke about McClunky, but never mind. Nobody got it.
Yeah, we just didn't think it was
Did
funny.
everybody just
Don't hold back, Chris, do you, mate?
did everybody just completely miss the whole McClunky thing? I don't know.
No, we didn't miss it.
Duh. Let's have a look. Is Fox still on the same piece from last night? Yes, I haven't done anything yet so far today, other than a little bit. Andy McLeish is currently being catted. Says, damn it, cat.
Ooh.
Aries says that the A111 thingy, whatever it was, the M1116, I think is a military police vehicle used by the US.
Yeah, it's the ones that you often see painted white for NATO peacekeeping missions, isn't it?
Yes.
The four-wheeled one.
TK says, seriously, LMAO. I think that's when we were trying to read his dinner. Cynical Steve said, "Oh, can you read Cynical Steve's line for me, Colin? A bit further down from TK's food."
Oh, what, the Frankie Goes to Bobbywood one?
No. After
That ain't what you said, is it?
No.
Turn your hearing aid on.
It's a couple down from where TK says, seriously, LMAO, which is just after when he gave us the thing he just read.
Cynical Steve, you blew the whistle on the flag, you slag.
You did better with the Dutch, to be honest.
Yeah. You blew the whistle on the blag, you slag.
Slag. TK says, literally, it's earth apples.
Yep.
Oh, okay, Ard is earth. There you go. Aardvark is earth pig. Earth pig!
That's such a better term for an aardvark.
I will
was
trade
gonna
you
say,
the...
Frankie Goes to Bobbywood's put a big one in and all, isn't he? And it's like, yeah.
He says, Schneebohnen is Schnittbohnen in German. You can say Schnibbelbohnen. I like
I don't want to know
Schnibbelbohnen.
about your Schneebohner, Fox. Thank you very much.
My Schneebohnen.
Yeah,
Schnittbohnen.
we can't undo.
I'm sorry, but if Frankie is now telling us in German there is actually a word Schnibbelbohnen, that's just one of the best words ever. Schnibbelbohnen? Das ist ein Schnibbelbohnen. Das ist gut, ja. Schnibbelbohnen in das Mouth. I just insulted all the Germans in the room. I do apologise.
Yeah,
Earth
somehow
pig.
just changed over into Arnie for a second there, but okay.
I will give you 5 Schnibbelbohnen for 3 of your earth pigs. Need to go. Bye all, says Phil Lewis. Thanks for coming, Phil. Take care, buddy. The Eagle says clap, 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 thumb up, thumb up, thumb up, thumb up, thumb up. Osric says slay. So today we've learned the words Schnibbelbohnen and also earth pig. Earth pig. I like the fact Cynical Steve puts earth pig as one word, earth pig.
See, these streams are informative, you know.
Yeah, we learn many things, not any useful things. Andy LD says, not started painting yet. It's a week-ish away. Going to make the outer parts and little features. Andy McLeish says, for Kajit wants the bonnen. Kajit likes Schnibbelbohnen.
You can stop anyway, Mr. LD, because it'll be painted within a day of you getting it anyway. We all know this, and it will be amazing.
Oh, is this the corn bloodthirster?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he does his. He says he likes the Nurgle base. What do you think? Yeah, he kind of rattles through him dead quick, and he's like, "I've only had a day to do it." Golden Demon winner.
Yeah.
Wow. And you're sitting there, Simon, going, "That's a month's work for me."
A month. That's far too quick.
It's far too quick. TK says, "How about the Nile horse?" Nile horse. Chris, J Leon 723, who gave me a shed load of money last night. Thank you very much, J Leon. Amongst others, Simon says, Chris, what is it you're using to build up Arnie's skin tones? Not a
I'm
tumor.
playing around with Kislev flesh and Canadian flesh tone.
Canadian flesh tone.
Yeah, it's Cadian, but you know, I've got a lighter tone somewhere that I will be using to add some more highlighty things. I don't do figure painting and face painting, so it's a learning experience for me. But I'm quite enjoying it. It's trying to think about light and dark and shadow and stuff, and I think I might need to do a makeup tutorial to figure out how to do it. So I'm thinking the darker tones are obviously going to be like the under the chin bone, and under the nose, and under the lips, and under the eyebrows and stuff, to sort of
Pretty
darken
much.
down where shadows would fall, and then lighter bits on the top of things, I think.
I'm liking
And
the
you're
blood.
going to want lots of different colours like greens and purples. And
I didn't really. I based it in black to begin with, and then tried to do some sort of stippling or whatever onto it, but it didn't really work. And yeah, I don't know.
The one thing that I mean, I'm rubbish at painting. Like, I can do little minis, but like painting big figure, I'm totally absolute ass at doing that. But the one thing that always surprises me is when you see people painting. When you see like a really beautifully painted like face or bust like that, is how much of it they've used things like Simon says, purples, blues, greens, and you think what? But then you see it and it's like, I get it now. Kind of makes sense.
Yeah, well, you don't actually see them when it's finished, so you don't
Yeah.
realise that they're there. But yeah.
Today, children, we're going to play a fun game. It's called Who is Your Daddy and What Colour is His Face? I won't do that again. It wasn't that good. In my mind, I think I'm the best Arnie impersonator ever. But then there's what other people think, and then it all goes wrong at that point. There's not a tumor. Took me a week to do the Ogre King. I think I spent about 5 hours-ish a day, says Earl D. And Simon, your rebuttal?
nice. I mean, okay. I'm not going to argue with it.
Yeah. Cadian Flesh Tone, Cadian Suntan, says Andy McLeish. Canadian Suntan, even. Joke's dead. Bill D says purple is a great base for flesh. Ogre King was purple based. Andy McLeish says Swode. Angry McLeish says a corn bloodthirster is basically a big angry Dave. Cynical Steve says he knows many useless things. Many useless things. I'm going to glue two things together. I mean, I want to prepare you for this, but I've not prepared you at all. I've just told you, so it's not really helping, is it? I'm helping.
Danger, glue loose without dad advice. It's all going to go wrong.
Uh-oh.
Not that glue. Not that glue. I'm not Chris. I'm not from Havana.
Right here.
Please, I am not from Havana. Right, so where are we? We need to glue this to that. Brilliant. The instructions are do that.
Do I think green would be a good base for turquoise? Depends on so many factors. What shade of turquoise are we talking? Like,
Turquoise.
one moment to the paint rack.
Sorry.
Yeah, pretty much. Are you talking about like Temple Guard Blue Bright, or something as dark as Incubi Darkness, or Lupercal Green? Give me more details.
We need all the information. I want information. I have not a number. I want information.
See, that's the problem with painting questions, is someone just directs something at you like that, and it's like, what turquoise? I need to know.
What's the best blue to put on a model that's got other colours on it?
A blue that you like.
Andy's going, everyone.
Good night,
Oh.
Andy.
Take care, Andy.
Bye.
Take care, guys.
And Andy McLeish also then says, Dad, mouth words. That's you told Dad. Using your finger words. It's a dark turquoise, says LD. I don't like that word turquoise. I don't like it. It's
I
middle
would-
class.
Personally base it with Incubi Darkness.
That is a nice colour,
personally.
Incubi Darkness. That's a kind of, is that like a purpley dark grey, isn't it? It's very dark.
No, Incubi Darkness is a very, very dark jade, as you don't like turquoise.
Jade. Ooh.
it's
Incubi,
just
Incubi Darkness is a very, very dark Incubi.
yeah, it's if you think Peachy highlights black with it a lot.
Yeah,
On like, the Dark Eldar or Drakari models because
Yeah.
they kind of, it gives them that kind of ever so slightly green kind of lit effect.
Yeah,
if
it's
you
it's
will.
just it's almost got a little bit of that kind of 80 synthwave color schemes, but very subtle. It's not like blaringly obvious, like
Yeah,
1980
pretty much.
style.
It's like you could do some really subtle kind of like Tron lining with it if you really wanted to, and it wouldn't be in your face like Tron was. It would just be subtle and look really awesome.
Or as we like to call it, some of the really old stuff in the cabinets of Warhammer World that makes you really sad.
Yeah.
God, some of those, when you look at some of the real extreme edge highlighting from back in the late 80s, early 90s, and you're like, holy Christ.
But it also allows you to appreciate how far like the hobbies come.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's good now that when somebody applies to work on the painting team, the first question they ask is, can you paint? Because they never used to do that. It's like when they used to get people doing the box art, they'd be like, the first question now is, can you draw stuff? But in the 80s, it's like, are you 18?
What's your
Just bring-
favourite
I mean-
band?
Rebels
what's your-
still don't inquire if you can paint.
Revel don't.
Back to the SWAT artwork, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you see, the way Revel do it, they like to mix things up, so they get all the best artists making the models and all the best model makers painting the box art.
Yeah.
And God knows who actually makes the parts for the models.
Yeah, let's have some shiny clothing, please.
Yes. Cachet number 4, please. I could have done excuse me. Order. I could have done
Schlag.
Order, you slag. Cynical Steve says, I could have done spitting image for the first 3 months of uni. I used different accents for different people depending on where they were from.
See, that would be a good job for me. Speaker in Parliament. I could do that.
Order. Yeah, you couldn't say the honourable member and not make it sound like a double entendre every single damn time.
Yeah. Do a hat wobble. The honourable member.
I refer the lady to the honourable member. Cynical Steve says, my first local pub in Manchester thought I was a Geordie instead of a Valley's boy. That's lovely. Because, of course, Cynical Steve's a bit of a taff going on there. What's occurring? You know I was going to say what's occurring. It's the only thing I can say in remotely in Welsh.
And it really wasn't that great.
What's occurring? Just like watching Torchwood all over again, isn't it? It's just that good. I've built a thing. Look, I'll show you with the.
Yeah, but is it properly prepped, dude?
I've taken off all the nubs. I've got rid of all the seam lines. I've lost the will to live, so it's been properly done.
I
Except
can't
I've
see it because you're all pixelated, so I can't properly judge you.
I can't help it if your broadband sucks butt.
Well, surely it's
Yeah,
yours
pixelated
because you're
for everybody,
streaming. No one else is pixelated.
Not pixelated at my end.
Well, no, I don't want to know about your end.
And the people watching aren't seeing me pixelated.
In
Yes, I've
answer to
taken
Lee-
off all the mould lines and seam lines. I spent all last night and today doing this. So it's apart from that one seam line I've just spotted. Mother.
In answer to Lee Eagles' question, it's a Metal Earth Tower Bridge, mate.
Slag.
See, I used mouth words, not chat words.
Good girl.
Congratulations, Colin.
Clever
I
girl.
teared up a little bit then.
I'm filling up now. I'm so proud. They grow
I
up so
know.
quick.
How long's it taken?
They
I
grow
don't
up
want
so
to know
quick.
if you're getting filled up, Fox. Crikey.
Ew.
Fox, our boy's grown up, Fox.
There's what?
Our boy's grown up now. He doesn't need us
Oh.
anymore.
He'll be going off and finding a boyfriend with a motorbike next before you know it. We're bringing him home. Bringing home dodgy blokes with motorbikes and everything.
Yeah.
I'll have to take his ration book off him and everything. God.
I know. I.
Where are we in chat? Let's have a look. Not a taff of Fox. I ain't from Cardiff. I'm Welsh. So I was inadvertently double racist. Okay.
We haven't done our bench and bellies.
No, this is true. Feel free. Go ahead.
So what's in your bench and what's on your belly, Fox?
On my bench is the Magnavent Walkway from the last 2 issues of the Warhammer Conquestings. And for dinner, I've perfected Fox's Mess. I've invented Fox's Mess.
Oh,
because
God.
because we it's what we have to use when you get a Morrison's box, like you order the food box from Morrison's.
Oh, yeah.
What you get is all the potatoes in the world and all the onions in the world and all the carrots in the world.
Carrots.
So so what we've perfected here at home is whatever we have for dinner, instead of having potatoes, you might have like new potatoes with your dinner. What we do is we have potatoes and carrots and cabbage and onions. So I've perfected what I call Fox's Mess, which is basically new potatoes sliced up and boiled with cabbage sliced up and included, carrots sliced in there as well, and then they are boiled to softness. At the same time, you take a frying pan and you take 2 onions, which for some reason don't make my eyes water. You slice them into tiny bits, and then you fry them in a pan of frying with a little touch of oil. Warm it up, get the onions in there, and after about 5 minutes, put in a massive chunk of butter. And then keep frying it for another 5 minutes, and then add that when you drain off the potatoes and cabbage and onions, you add the onions to the potato and cabbage and carrots and things, and then you add more butter, and then you stir it around, and then you put it on your plate, and you add other things like meat, and then happiness. That's Fox's Mess. I've got good at making
Sounds
that.
like a more involved bubble and squeak.
Seeing as I can't share it on camera, I actually sniffled in my paint drawer, and this is the colour Si was on about.
What's that? Oh, Ink by Darkness. Oh yes.
Yeah.
I kind of.
Keep it in
I
the
think I
colour.
had the wrong colour in the back of my mind.
It's a bluish grey, I'd call it.
Bluish grey. So yeah, so I had Fox's Mess and some peck.
What about
I did.
you, Mr. Colin? What's
I've had nothing to eat yet, and I've got a Tower Bridge on me bench, Metal Earth thing.
Why have you had nothing to eat yet?
I'm not on me food at the moment.
You need to eat.
I know, mate. I know.
Fox, did you get 3 huge mangoes in your Morrison's box?
I beg your pardon. Oh yes, we did. We did,
Happening.
and I learned that I can't eat fruit because it makes my teeth really hurt. So we've got 3 great big mangoes, one of which I've eaten and suffered. The other 2, Mama Fox doesn't want them.
Did someone say mangoes? All hail Chairman Mao.
Hey?
No one gets that, do they?
No.
No.
Is this one of them Dutch humour things?
No, it's a funny anecdote from history. Basically, Mao, from the Pakistani ambassador, got a crate of mangoes, right?
All right.
But no one had ever seen a mango in China.
All right.
And what did Chairman Mao do? He gave it to some sort of enforcement guys who basically keep the factory workers in check. And they started handing out a mango per factory they were in charge of, more or less.
Okay.
And everyone was amazed. So they started preserving them in wax, casting them in like clear glass and stuff like that. Because it was a great gift from the leader. It's a quite
Ooh.
funny anecdote from history.
Well, I did eat one of them, and like I say, I do like mango, and it was delicious. Although I've never actually had a proper mango that isn't coming in a tin before. So I cut it in half, and I got the knife halfway, and I thought, oh, there must be a big seed in the middle because the knife just stops. So I hacked my way through it, and there was no big seed. There was nothing in the middle. It just got hard in the middle for some reason. Is that how they're
Right.
supposed to work? Is that how they're supposed to work?
Wasn't ripe.
Well, it was fine on the outside. It was squishy and tasty, but on the inside it was like rock hard, like there should be a massive seed. Very weird. But I ate it anyway, and it made my teeth hurt. So, have you eaten all yours, Dad?
I gave them away, mate.
Did you?
Yeah. Give them to my daughter.
All
Oh,
this talk about mango is making me crave chutney for some reason. But
can I point out, by the way, that the little claws on this skull thing are massively thick plastic, and yet somehow Hachette managed to ship it to me and bend one of them. That's like bending a table. I don't quite know how they've done that. Yeah, so anyway, we didn't get mangoes last time though, Dad, so I can't remember what we got last time. We got something. It might have been apples, I think, the time before.
I got about 14 stone of potatoes.
300, we've still got, we've had 4 boxes, we've got like 1 billion onions.
Oh, yeah, I got a bag of onions, but they were all the size of a golf ball.
Yeah, they're not big, but they're no tears. They're really mild. They're really
Yeah.
sweet. I could chop them up and not like have to go and wash my entire
Take them
face.
away as well.
Beyond Hope is in. Welcome, Beyond Hope. Says, what another stream? I wasn't expecting this. I'm only 78 minutes late.
Hi, Andrew.
TK's model says, pull up your pants, Vince. Was Vince bending over to pick things up again?
Must have been.
It's not the first time. Not the first time you've gone to get something that's been on the bottom shelf.
You guys should be thankful. Like, people would pay for that. You get it
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah, I tell you what, people make their living doing that kind of stuff. Aries Styrene says, so I got my government support check yesterday and everything is closed. I'm guessing you're in the US then, Aries. Beyond Hope says, hi, Dad.
Hi, Andrew.
That sounded cheerful.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
sound
you're
too
right, mate.
enthusiastic.
Push of life.
Sounded like you're in trouble,
Hello.
Andrew. Like, go to your room.
That's like when your significant other tells you off and you're like, yeah, I'm sorry.
I was thinking about all that stuff I've given away out of my Morrison's box.
That you wish you hadn't given away.
Yeah,
You're thinking, oh, I could just go for a mango right
yeah.
but I've got to say, though, the fact that we've started having, like, rather than just potatoes, we have potatoes, onion, and carrot and cabbage, because we get all of that in the Morrison's box. It's kind of nice that we're not just... Because normally I'm like, oh, potatoes, boring. But now it's like, oh, a bit of butter in the onions, and, oh, the smell of cooking onions. Athol McNichol is in. Welcome, Athol. He says, try blackened onions mixed with oatmeal and some beef lard cooked till everything is dried. Call that skirly. Oh, evening all. Sounds good, that. My dad. It must be a Scots thing because my dad was I'm not saying obviously. My dad was born and raised in Glasgow. He's a Ouija through and through. And when he made onions, he used to fry them to blackness.
Yeah.
I fry them to actually having some flavour, so I don't fry them quite that much.
So I was saying that I couldn't get eggs anywhere. Wherever I went, I couldn't find eggs. So
Did we
I
get eggs
mentioned it. Eileen's sister called up with a anniversary card last Friday.
Oh yeah.
I said to her, I can't get eggs anywhere. Saturday she arrived with a tray of 30.
Oh god.
So everything's with eggs now.
Yes, we got some eggs. I'm sure we got eggs in the first Morrison's box. But I love. For those that don't know, if you're not in the UK, Morrison's is one of our supermarkets, and most supermarkets have like home delivery. But Morrison's, they've got the normal home delivery, and they work with Amazon. But they've also got this secondary thing called Morrison's boxes, and it's basically they have 3 or 4 different boxes, and they come with a small selection of essentials. It's like a loaf of bread, some potatoes, some onions, a thing of like bolognese sauce. They come with the same things in each box, but slight variations. So a lot of us have been having some of those because it's just for some reason, even though all the supermarkets have got like 3-month waiting times for deliveries, these boxes keep coming out available, so everybody's kind of depending on them at the minute. And it's quite nice. It's quite a nice little service.
Beyond Hope has said, folks, I have to report a warp in the universe. Dad has got a pot of blue paint on his workbench.
Yeah, you go careful, mate.
Well, this is like the TED with the red pot of paint. This, you see, I'll keep one out just to
Yeah,
observe
because
people are.
people are tuning in for this, and they're going to be sitting there not able to eat now.
Oh. Now you see, you could have got away if you just said yes. It's there for my white balance. We could have got away with that.
Oh yeah,
It's there. I need it for the white balance.
I'll remember that for next time.
See, my white balance tool is a small piece of card. I'll lock on me. My white balance tool is a small piece of card, like that. And I can do a grey on one side if I want to do white balance to grey. If I want to do it to general colours, there it is. White, black, red, green, and the colour that Dad doesn't like.
The way you flip that round, then, Fox,
Yeah.
just reminds me of eye test at Specsavers.
Yeah.
Left
Can you
eye,
see
number
better
one
out of
or
number
number two?
1 or
Yes,
number
she's clearer.
2. Yeah, number 1 or number 2. Number 1 or number 2.
You say
And then
number
you've got
one.
the tablet behind you as well, which is perfect. Can you read the bottom line of text, please?
Yes, can you? Oh, I tell you what. I should get my. I love getting my eyes tested and getting eye checks and stuff because all my opticians at Specsavers in my local, they're all really really hot and young, and they're all lovely, and I'm in love with all of them. So I love going and getting my eyes tested because it's just like they're all really lovely and they're all speak really softly, and it's like getting your eyes tested by Bob Ross, obviously with curvy bits and other benefits. It's great. I should get my eyes tested every couple of weeks. I want to marry all of them, but it's not going to happen.
Your Specsavers sounds way better than mine.
Yeah. Well, there's all the assistants who are all lovely and rather quite hot, and then there's kind of the manager who's like really camp and angry. I don't quite know how that
I had
combination
an
works.
older gentleman last time who was wearing a blazer which the shoulders were covered in dandruff, which just made me really sad.
Yeah.
Because then, as he come, they come in close with the scope that can look into the back of your retina.
The ophthalmoscope.
Yeah.
I'm making
His
that up.
breath. Oh my!
Oh god, yeah. I was going to say the breath would be there, wouldn't it, as well?
It was horrendous.
Is it number 1? Or number 2? Now, all my opticians are absolutely lovely. Say, apart from the really camp and always angry manager, don't know why. He's got red hair, so maybe that's it. He's very nice, but he's always angry.
Have you ever thought that maybe he's only angry while you're there?
There is that possibility.
I'm lucky my optician's my youngest son.
Oh, free eye test for life. God damn it.
I get them anyway, don't I, because of diabetes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm going to disappear, people. So have a pleasant evening, everybody.
Thanks for coming in, Chris. Take care, buddy.
Do you want for the next one? And next time anything interesting happens,
Before you go, do you want to do any pimpage of stuff you've got lined up?
What have we got tomorrow? Thursday. Oh, yes, an evening with the gang. Hopefully, some of you will join me again tomorrow night for a different. I won't be showing my hands. I'll be having proper face looking.
You're in charge of the buttons as well, aren't you,
I'm in
mate?
charge of buttons tomorrow as well. Yes. So
face looking.
8 o'clock, a little bit earlier on my channel. I'm doing an evening with the gang again. So we'll see who turns up. It might just be me. You never know. Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
But I'll just be hanging around for an hour and a half, just generally chatting, much like this, but with less work going on for me anyway.
Yeah, you'll just be looking pretty all the time.
I'll probably be streaming another Lego thing later in the week, probably Friday as well, because I can't have a day where I don't do any streaming, because,
I thought the Stegosaurus was your last micro Lego thing. Or is this proper Lego?
I've got one more micro Lego thing to do, but I've got some actual Lego that Paul bought me that I've got to do.
It won't be as good as the Stegosaurus, though.
It might not be as good as the Stegosaurus, but...
You should preface as well, Chris, that whilst you'll be doing less work, if Fox attends the stream, he'll be doing the same amount of work that he's done tonight, which is none.
No, he does more on my streams. He does more work on my streams than he does on his own by a long way.
I don't know why, because I don't have to look at the chat.
You don't have to look at the chat anyway.
You could say that you're recovering from last night and you're still in shock.
Yeah, he might still be wibbling a little bit.
Wibble. I've been basically sat around all day, just sitting there doing Kermit flails all day. It's kind of ridiculous.
Right, so I shall see you all. Good night.
Take care, buddy.
How do I get out of here anyway? Where's
I think you just close it down. I think.
Has anyone found the exit button yet?
No, that's why we're all still here, Chris.
There is no bathroom. There's no exit.
Button down the bottom that says "Leave call," so I'll click on that one. Good night, all. Have fun.
Yeah.
Bye.
Take care, buddy. Eldrick 9000 says, eye tests give me ASMR feelings. Never knew what it was till I found it on YouTube. I have to say, the last couple of months, the last, say, 3 or 4 weeks, I found myself watching a lot of sort of, either not ASMR, deliberate ASMR stuff, but stuff that is unintentional ASMR. Really soft talking people and things like that. Just of an evening, because it's really relaxing and calms me down, given the fact the entire world's on fire. Really nice. I recommend, if you get a chance, I recommend doing searches on YouTube for anything that involves Japanese craftsmen. Because they fall into one of two camps. They're either, it's a little old man who makes something out of bamboo, and it's the most relaxing thing you'll ever watch because he talks with the whisper. And it's all little scratchy craft noises.
Oh, chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or
like Jack Hargreaves on Out of Town.
Yeah, kind of. Or it's some nonsense with an American guy doing a voiceover and the worst 1980s business music you can imagine. So try and avoid those. But yeah, I found myself watching a lot of ASMR stuff. But I don't like ASMR stuff that's designed to be ASMR because that's just people talking and whispering. It's weird. Not like that. Making Models is in. Carl's in. Are we giving? Has somebody been waving stickers about or something? Evening, boys and girls, says says Carl. Evening, Carl. Welcome, welcome. Earl D says, cook onions slowly and add a bit of balsamic vinegar, then cook till the balsamic has reduced to a treacle consistency. Smear over a steak sarnie with lots of pepper. Oh, God damn it, we're all starving now.
That sounds pretty ace. Not gonna lie.
That just sounds like sex in food. Athelman Nichols says, Asda sells stacks of different eggs, but then some are gathered from Aberdeenshire farms. Is that a bad thing? I don't know.
Yeah, they still don't have them.
What? Eggs?
Asda haven't got any eggs where we are.
When people
If you-
mention sex and food like right next to each other, my mind just shoots straight toward the scene from Hot Shots.
I
Yeah.
don't remember it.
Like
See, when anybody talks about sex and foods, I get flashbacks to... Yeah, let's not talk about that. Not on Tellier. No, this isn't one for the dads. Last time I got my eyes tested, I read the bottom line from right to left. No idea why, but the optician thought I was taking the mickey. Model making truck. Lewis is off. I'm off now, guys. Have fun. Stay safe. That was probably about an hour ago.
Take care,
Thanks
mate.
Take care, Lewis. Drive safe, buddy.
Ta-ra, mate. Drive safe.
Lots of respect. Doing the driving. Well, it will not be me, says Athol, but I don't know what his response to. As I found an old game that I like, Horizon, on the PlayStation dollar symbol. I don't know which PlayStation that is then.
For Horizon Zero Dawn. It's an awesome game. It's
I know, he says it's an old game, though. Old
it's,
game,
not,
it's not that
it's
old.
not that old.
Yeah.
It was a release title with the PS4.
Yeah, I quite like the look of that. I haven't got a PS4, so. Ari Styron says, what is your channel, Vincent?
I just linked it to him.
Have you? Oh, okay, cool.
Use mouth
Well, you-
words.
Well, you can't use mouth words for a URL. It doesn't really work.
HTTP double.
http:// Click on my mouth and it'll transport you to a wonderful... No, don't actually. That's not that one. Oh, Making Model says, ASMR, there is an old fellow that does stone cutting. I know the one, he's a Welsh fella. He talks about, it's about an hour-long video, this old Welsh guy with a huge beard doing tappity-tappities. Also, if you want a really relaxing voice, there's a guy on YouTube called John Butler. Now, unfortunately, he goes all religious with his content. He's all religious nonsense. But he's got the most quietest voice in the world behind an enormous Santa Claus beard. And he does videos about what he calls a spiritual unfoldment. And I think that's such a brilliant word. Unfortunately, it's all religious nonsense, so he loses points for being religious nonsense. Spiritual unfoldment. Great word. But he's got the quietest voice in the world. Big Clive has a nice, soothing ASMR voice without being creepy, says Zedster. I assume he's referring to the Big Clive YouTube channel, not Big Clive that lives in his part of the world. Because that would be a bit weird. Big Clive that you see down the pub, he's got a nice one. Frono Man's got a banjo butty on the go. Me and Dad know what that is.
Yeah.
What a proper Norman Wisdom. No, not Norman Wisdom.
I said the other day about bacon on toast, and Chris went, ugh.
What do you mean there? I mean, bacon butties are far superior, but bacon on toast is still okay.
Bacon and sausage in pita breads, mate. Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, be patient with that, Ari Stein, if you do plan on building that trumpeter phone, because so many mold release marks to fill up. It's
Gone a little bit quiet there, Vince.
mine's basically been sat on the bench on the shelf of Doom for 3 years. I went back to it like half a year ago, finished it 90%. I just need to put on the doors and finish the paint. And yeah, guess what I haven't done yet.
Yeah. It's always great when somebody points out the flaws in the kit after someone's bought it. I love that.
And to be fair, I haven't been all that
Like that,
active recently, sadly enough, but
Athelman Nichols says, Dad, your table looks worse than mine, especially with that fat blob meant to be an orc tank.
It's all bits off of that fat blob.
his desk's not normally that covered in nonsense. It's just
All the
orc.
bits have got to be stuck to that fat blob.
When you build orc stuff, you have to build like an orc.
Right.
Just put things together and hope it works. Good Lego ASMR builder, says Jamie Bone, is Fred's voice. He has built the big TIE fighter and a few small Star Wars and Harry Potter. If you want a really nice ASMR video that's actually just really relaxing, there's a channel called RR, so the letter R, Cherry Pie. RR Cherry Pie, I think. And she basically buys these things in Japan where you get a little pack, and it's all little sachets of powder, but you put them in water and you mix them up and you get like a little miniature burger and chips. It's like a candy, but you make it out of powder and water, and it's bizarre. It's all stirring noises and crinkly unwrapping noises, and it's so mesmerised. He never talks. And the one thing I've learned, if you want to simulate Japanese ASMR, you have to have a quiet air conditioning system in the background. It's because often they're just this very quiet sort of sound of an AC system in the background, and then whatever the crinkly noises is. Nat Williamson is off. I'm getting off, guys. Ready for lessons in the morning. Night, everyone, and stay safe. Take care, Nat.
Ciao.
I may have inadvertently put a Warhammer on me bench.
Oh! I'm going to lock it on
good
Colin.
Warhammer as well.
I've locked it on Colin because nothing else matters right now.
Yeah.
Hang on, we can't see it because of the reflection there, Col.
Snazwagon Blaster, is it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, Snazwagon Booster Blaster, the custom Booster Blaster. And I've got that one. I've got all the others, but not that one.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. You've chosen a colour.
No idea.
You could do all different colours because they're built out of scrap.
Ironic though that the one I choose has to have red.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah. I've officially been converted.
Yeah. Basically, what it is, you're screwed now. Next time we do one of your streams, I'll put that tenner back in your super chat for you. You'll need it. You'll need it.
Yeah, because you know it's going to end up with need all the paints. Yeah.
6 months from now, Colin will be like, I might have bought myself a Forge World Titan. Oops. I don't even like fucking resin. Cynical Steve says, breakfast pizza from Frankie and Benny's for the win. It is proper lush. Nom nom nom. How are you getting a breakfast pizza at 10:30 at night?
It's called a microwave, Fox.
No, I mean, how is...
Back Vince, brilliant, mate.
Sigh. Cynical Steve says, although I did black pudding and bacon on a bagel the other day, and that was pretty damn fit. I'll be saying goodbye to Nat. Dadster says the colour is rust for your booster blaster.
All right.
But yeah, orc vehicles are just made of scrap and things they find on the battlefield, so you could paint it all different colours if you wanted.
Yeah, I got that. I got some greeballs and that because I'm going to do that AT-AT thing, wasn't it? That you sent a photograph through.
Yeah,
of,
that's why I thought you'd like orc stuff, because it really is made out of scrap, so you can have a right fun time with
loads of greeballs that I've been getting off the flea bay, and it's. I even have a couple of bottles of Citadel paint as well. It's like, my God.
Mein Gott, you are hooked now. For you, Tommy, there is no escape. The vote is over.
Yeah, it's like, things I never thought of.
Yeah. TK's model says, still working on my orc wagon thing. Cool. Athelmon Nichols says, if you go into Aberdeen Asda, you'll be confronted with a TIE fighter at 1/2 scale. Someone needs to Google that. I need to Google that later. Colin is doing a decal wrap. Lol, says Frankie. I should go to bed, to be honest, but this is too much fun, says Bassist. You don't need sleep. You need to watch the stream.
You don't need sleep, you slag.
You don't need sleep, you slag. Not the droid you're looking for.
Yeah, not the droid you're looking for, you slag.
We must be careful. The wretched hive of scum and villainy, you slag. Before anybody gets offended by use of the word slag, we are, of course, referencing 1970s police crime dramas in Britain.
Yes, yeah.
We are referencing that The Professionals and the Sweeney, let's be honest.
Yeah.
We're using slag in the criminal sense, not in the sexist
Not
sense.
in a detrimental way to
No.
the finer species.
No, we're using it in the sense of, that bloke's a slag. It's the Sweeney, it's the Bill. People that do crimes. Yeah. Colin, I would still watch The Hitchhiker's Guide read by you. Cynical Steve says you're turning me into Colin. Oh no, you're turning into me, Col. He says. Yeah, because that'll be all the Greebles and stuff. Right, that's that done. That's all that I've done in however many hours. Good God. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep promising Paul Stewart I'll do him an audio book. I will do it. Boy.
I tell you what, I've not done one for a couple of weeks because I keep forgetting, but I've done a few of those books of Skyrim.
All right.
Let me get my enormous construction. Hang on. I need to get my larger action.
I'm nodding approvingly like I know what Skyrim is. Yeah.
Video game, dear boy.
All right.
And it's got hundreds and hundreds of books in it. And I've been reading through them and doing little videos and doing like an audio book of each one, only a few pages for each book. And but I've got to tell you, it's been great fun recording those because you're just reading these little stories. It's great. I keep meaning to do more, but I keep forgetting. So.
Well, Vincent set himself the task of teaching me Dungeons and Dragons and how to play games on Steam.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to unravel badly for him.
Yeah. Well, when you get your new computer, you'll be you have to play the games and stuff.
I know.
Oh no, you little .com then.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's my Nick.
Pandangled witchcraft and tomfoolery, innit?
I don't think I'm going to glue that on because I need to paint that separately, I think. I'll stick it in place, but I'm not going to glue it. I want to glue it. That was fiddly as anything, wasn't it? Oh, we have some ladders. How you getting on with your stomper, Dad?
Hey, I'm going plodding along, mate. Plodding
You
along.
do realise that most of us are actually working on Warhammer stuff right now.
Oh yeah.
Exempt Vincent, who's being all grown up and mature with his proper models and his 3M7500 series.
Mhm.
Yes. Let's have a look at chat. What's chat doing? Hi, Seducer's in. Hi, folkies. I've just got home from work and another stream. Yes.
Yeah. Just for you.
Raging Basis is saying once I start D&D, there's no stopping.
Yep. Before you know it, you'll be making.
There is stopping when you're buying Warhammer.
Yeah, because there is stopping because at some point you have to stop and make the Baneblade. So.
Yeah.
I love the way you subtly drop the Baneblade in there, mate.
Oh, wait, I've not even started mine yet, but I think I'm going to do my Macarius Vanquisher first when I've done the Falcon.
Yeah. Is that one of those must gets, is it?
What, Macarius Vanquisher?
Baneblade.
I've not made mine yet, so I can't say how good it is. But yes, it probably is.
Yeah.
If you like tanks and you like weathering, then yes. Big tank. Strong tank.
It's okay. It's not my favourite kit.
No. Well, I'm going to do mine as Deathcore anyway, so it's going to get... I've decided I'm going to paint my Deathcore of Krieg. I'm going to give them... for their armoured vehicles, I'm going to use the World War II Matilda style. So the blue, green and sand colours. Because grey and field grey and all those colours and green is boring. So if I can paint them up like a Matilda, that'll be awesome. If for some reason sand colour, green colour and blue just really work quite nicely.
That's
Sorry,
true.
Dad. I know I said blue, Dad, so you forgive me.
I started taking them right when I was painting.
If you look though, it's not too far off the colour scheme that Dad has got on some of those panels.
Yeah.
It's not miles away.
Yeah. That's done a good job on that. Dad's
He
really
has.
taken his time because he spent a damn fortune on it.
It's the colour wheel. I used the colour wheel.
There you go, colour theory.
Yeah.
101.
I don't know anything about colour theory.
We know.
Shut up. Oh, you tart. Say what you feel, don't hold it in.
I just saw an
Um,
opportunity to be bitchy, and Paul's not here, so I had to get it out on someone.
Yeah, I mean, if Paul's not here, somebody's got to do it. So, I keep doing little sarcastic comments to Mama Fox every now and then, and be like, "I'm sorry, it's because I hang around with Paul and Simon too much. I just can't help
She'll
it now.
slap you at some point, and I
No,
will
she-
not take any blame.
I move far too fast. Besides, she depends on me for an endless supply of tea. So,
That's true.
where are we up to? TK says, only just noticed, but do I need to steal Colin's idea to do a shark mouth on my hobby zone drawers?
Yeah.
Next conversation.
Yeah, all my hobby zone is decorated. It's like
Yeah, I've just got loads of stickers on mine.
sharp mouth. Got to be
Shark
done.
mouth. Athol says, I'm not. I'm listening to you guys wobbling on when I really should be having a bacon and egg sarnie. Much as we like the fact that you're listening to us wobbling on, bacon and egg sarnie would naturally take priority over us.
Oh, absolutely.
Nothing, we are insignificant when compared with the awesome power of a bacon and egg sarnie.
I almost certainly will go and make a bacon and egg bagel after this stream.
What really makes me sad is all my bacon's still frozen in the freezer and I'm not defrosted it. Bad now. Cynical Steve still needs to paint my faux Bane blade, but without red, it'll just have to wait. You could use
I've got red, Steve.
a different colour. I've actually got so many reds, so many Mephiston reds in my stash. Because at one point I had like 5 or 6 copies of the first issue, and all the colours in that. It's like, wow. But I've only got one Avalanche Sunset, which is like, oh.
I got one in the that painting thing that came today, Silver Templars.
Yep, that you're not going to paint silver. Raging Basis says, thanks to Sai, I have been planning my Viper build. Thank you, Mr. Kevin, sir. Looking at getting custom decals. Why? What are you doing, Mr. Raging Bassist?
He's doing a Mark II Viper with his own tail number on and
Ooh,
whatnot.
Cool.
Which is pretty cool.
In terms of custom decals, I have to say, I found a place in the US that does them. So, good luck with that right now. But called Fallout Hobbies. Now, you might think, why am I going to somebody in the US to get decals made? Because everyone I've tried in the UK has been pretty much ass. So I found these guys, Fallout Hobbies, in the US, and it cost me to get all the decals for George's Sazabi, which is 2 A4 sheets of decals, $35, which is what, 20 quid? And that includes the shipping, postage. It took them about 3 weeks, but that's fine. Yeah, they were brilliant. Fantastic quality. I've tried a few places in the UK, but they've always generally been garbage, so... Try Fallout Hobbies. It saves you a lot of money if you can just send them the actual artwork and they can just print it for you. Because I designed all my own stuff on Photoshop. Or you can send them some rough artwork and they can draw it for you, but it'll cost a bit more. They're kind of nice guys. And they also sell lots of other stuff, so... I am not affiliated with Fallout Hobbies. Of course, don't do it right now because the entire world is on fire, so it's just not going to happen. So it's you and Dad who've stockpiled all the reds, Fox. My Bane blade will be many colours, but there is some red on it. Evening all, Phil Ketson. Welcome, Phil. Hey, buddy.
Hello, Phil.
Hello, Phil.
Legal says, I get my decals from Russia, the decal shop. In Russia, in Mother Russia, decals apply you. I thought Nico, but I mean a pot of egg and bacon in mayo spread on butty and listening to my belly. Listening to my belly. I think that is what I need before my beddy by times. So, ta-ta, guys. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Take care, Athol.
Bye-bye.
Night, Athol.
Ciao, Bella.
See you later, geese.
Pot of egg and bacon in mayo spread. Does he mean egg chopped up in a cup? That my dad invented. Do. My dad really didn't invent it. You sound like you're struggling with something there, Dad. Are you manhandling your big weapons?
No, I was talking because I couldn't find my dad device.
Hang on, his dad can't find his dad device. We're all screwed.
I found it now. It's okay.
I'm far too immature.
No, you're not. You're the target audience. Don't worry about it.
Fair point.
Oh dear. Raging Bassist says added to bookmarks bar. Cool. I've no idea. I'm part of the BSG fan club. I have my own call sign and wing number says based. Oh right, cool. I get you for your Colonial Vipera. Kick ass. I think I'm actually an official member of the Pot Noodle fan club, but I don't think I get a tail number for out of that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what do you mean, Jesus? It's food of the
They're an
gods.
actual pot noodle fan club.
There
Yes.
was many years ago.
Oh my.
I think I might have said that a bit too quickly.
Is there an actual? Yes,
Yes.
yes, there is. I don't know how I know that. I cannot confirm this or deny it.
I
Yes.
may have had a free beef pot noodle timer sent by the pot noodle people.
Yeah, I may have had a free battery-operated pot noodle fork.
Oh, mint.
Yeah, I'll let you guys try and figure out who don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Why it would be a battery-operated fork. It was pure genius. It was just the best thing ever.
Oh, mate, yeah, I totally, yeah.
I'll let the other guys. So Simon and Vincent. How do you and Dad? How do you think?
I kind of want one now.
I'll send
Well,
you mine if you want.
surely it just got the noodles onto the fork.
That's like saying, yeah, the car just gets you to a place.
Well, it surely just spun clockwise / anti-clockwise and did its thing.
Oh, what do you think, Vincent? How do you think a battery-operated fork? Has he got his mask on still? Is he still spraying? No.
No,
How do you think?
I'm going with what Si said because I have no idea.
Do we need to send Vincent a big box full of pot noodles?
Oh, yeah. Pot noodle
Yeah.
package.
I can't send him them though. I can't send them because I wouldn't send them. What about you, Dad? What do you think of pot noodle fork? Battery
I
operated would have
think
done.
it's probably 3 prongs on a very slow moving motor that goes round and round.
Yeah, you're all right. It's just basically you hold it and it goes zzz, it spins around.
Wraps them all up, yeah.
Yeah, it was actually rubbish, but it was also fantastic.
Of course, it was rubbish. It had to do with pot noodles.
Oh,
They
so-
aren't. They're not food. They're not food. The fact that they have any calorific content is stunning.
Heathen.
I could go off him, you know. I could go off him. I used to like him. He was a good lad, but I could go off him.
Heathen.
It's true though. You're only angry because I'm right.
I'm not agreeing with that at all.
I feel quite deflated now.
That's the pot noodle that does that. What did I do? I had in one of our Morrison's box, or was it Norris? I can't remember what it was. I ordered it from somewhere. In the sort of, oh my god, the world's on fire, let's just get what food we can, and now we've got big boxes full of crap we wouldn't normally eat.
Yeah.
We've got like 6 pots of pot pasta, which is like, it's like really small twisty pastas in cheesy sauce, and it's like, they're not pot noodles, obviously, it's a different company. And it's like, no, stick to the noodles, because pasta really doesn't work in a pot. And it's like, it says, add some water and leave it for 2 minutes to cook. But you can also buy the big packet of the same stuff, and that's like 8 minutes in a pan. I'm like, well, why can't I just add water to that for 2 minutes?
Nah, beef and tomato pot noodle with a spoon of Marmite on the top.
No.
Oh,
No,
Right back,
green.
I'm just gonna go and vomit.
Green pot noodle.
would you do the peanut butter and Marmite? Because it's got that appeal to it, isn't it?
Peanut butter and Marmite.
Yeah. Peanut
Yeah.
butter Marmite, it's a thing that you can get.
Is that the advertising copy? Is that the actual advert? Well, we spent £50,000 on this advert. His caption comes up: peanut butter. It's a thing that you can get.
I think I do well at that.
Uh,
Sales
shoot.
marketing. Have I broken Simon again?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a thing that you can get.
Yeah.
That was Primark's marketing strategy for 10
Oh,
years. That. Oh man.
Right, Cole, with everything that's going on in the world, can you just rock up to Downer Street and be like, guys, I know how to get people to listen.
Oh yeah.
Talk to a Velociraptor. It's a
Yeah.
thing you can
Oh.
get. Stay inside. And people would understand.
He's there saying,
COVID-19 czar.
we have been taking advice from the scientific people,
Well, you
and we
sat-
can say an official stance now is wear a mask, you slag.
yeah. We've sacked the chief medical officer because COVID-19 is a thing you can get.
It's a thing. You've got to put the pause in. It's a thing you can get.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine that? Just a big
You
poster.
should have been
like-
in marketing, Cole. It was brilliant.
Yeah. I saw a thing today, and it was basically the advertising brief for the redesign of Pepsi's logo in 2008, and it's like some 20-page document, and it cost them millions in research, and it's the most pretentious bullshit. It's like I read through it, and none of it makes any sense. It's like, here is a picture of the Earth and its magnetic fields, and here is a picture of the logo with some circles on it, and now here's a tree. And therefore synergy, and it's like, and at the end of it they didn't even show the logo, and it's like, wow, that's just the most pretentious nonsense, and somebody got paid millions for that.
Hey,
And I
so
think
do the marketing for the place you work at.
Well, I think all they did was they kind of tweaked the little white strip in the Pepsi logo a little bit.
Oh, really?
They made it more wiggly, and that was it. And you'd be like, Pepsi, it's a drink you can have.
Yeah, so I sitting there going, no, please don't. I value my job.
Yeah.
It'd work. The plastic models, they're things you can get.
And what you can do, Carl, when you've finished your successful career in advertising, you can take on Squarespace and offer like a website building service. You'd be like, and it'll have like this entire interface. You say, you've tried using Squarespace and Weebly, and they're really complicated. We just give you a great big button, and it says, make a bloody website. Press that button, website bish. There you go.
Yeah, you don't need none of your GoDaddy shizzle, mate.
GoDaddy. We don't use GoDaddy because we like elephants.
You could advertise the courses on Skillshare. Japanese, it's the thing you can learn.
Next on the only $300 on the great courses. Our next lecture on the great courses, Colin talks about quantum mechanics.
Oh, mate.
Quantum mechanics. Oh no, Heisenberg's duality principle. It's a thing, and it also isn't. It isn't, but it is. You know what I mean? Yeah.
They're all mocking me again, folks. This is how it starts.
Yeah.
On explaining quantum
Oh,
entanglement.
this isn't mockery, Cole. This is admiration.
This is admiration because you've got the best voice of all of us. I'd love to see a series of courses like that by Colin, but each one would be like, the title would be whatever it is. What's that all about?
Well, Ted did his Professor Skipper stuff, so I could do a little series of mini videos.
Reverend, what's that all about?
Yeah. Quantum physics, you don't need none of that. Slide rule is all you want, because it's a thing.
It ain't a particle or a wave, it's a thing that you can look at.
Oh, Eric, Fox isn't part of the Jar Jar fan club. He is the president.
Yes.
If you go back and watch one of the mailbags, it was clearly addressed to the president of the Jar Jar fan club.
What am I missing in chat here? God damn it. Taking my off chat for a minute. It just goes into chaos and fire and... Hey, you know how Chris likes building parts works and cake? Has anyone thought about sending him eggs, flour, sugar and water in the post? Kind man, if you can find flour, there's about 10 million housewives that will jump all over you. Trying to keep their kids entertained, and no one can find flour.
Attractiveness cannot be guaranteed of said housewives, though.
Yeah. There'll be
cautionary tales.
Yeah, there'll be housewives or house husbands who are stuck at home with their kids, and therefore it won't be fun. It won't be a fun experience. Trust me. There'll be clawing and eye sockets and all kinds of things going on.
Oh, you think Black Friday's bad?
Yeah.
Wait for Flower Friday.
Yeah. Flower Friday, because it's a thing. Yeah.
I pity the people
pity the
that
food.
work at at McDonald's. Can you imagine what it's going to be like when all this is over? Like the first day McDonald's opens again in the UK, it's going to be hell on earth.
It's going to be the biggest profit they've ever made.
Well, that's also true.
Yep. I bet McDonald's are kicking themselves they didn't bring in deliveries. That they should have been years ago started doing deliveries because they would have been minted by now.
McDonald's does deliver in some parts of the country.
Yeah, but if they'd had them as for everything, by now they
Yeah.
would have been making money hand over fist.
Also true.
It's like, can't get a Sainsbury's delivery? Just get McDonald's. It's not really food, we know. Collins advertising, McDonald's, it's not really food.
Wait, whoa. You admit that McDonald's isn't food, but pot noodle, that's nutritionally sound.
Pot noodle is wholesome and full of family fun and suitable for all ages from 9 months to 99 years. It's made of all the finest ingredients, including ingredients.
Yeah, pot and noodle.
Unnamed ingredients.
Non-specific, and we prefer the term non-specific ingredients.
Fair point.
Cynical Steve says, to be fair to Dad, his dad device is red and most everything he builds is red, so it's hard to see. What would happen if Dad tripped over a Dad... Oh, no, hang on. It's Eric Graham says, what would happen if Dad tipped over a Dad device?
I'll throw it in the bin.
I think that's like dividing by 0. I think your calculator would just say boobs.
Yeah, done that wrong, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. You can still buy electric forks, marketed these days as spaghetti forks.
Ah.
I do seem to recall you being able to get those pot noodle forks. Didn't you have to send off for them?
Probably, although I never did that. I think somebody actually got me. I may have misremembered. It may have actually been given to me as a present. I can't quite
I think
remember.
you could buy them at some point.
Yeah.
But I do distinctly recall seeing them.
Do. Isn't Fox part of the Jar Jar fan club? Oh.
Hey, I spent at least 10 minutes making that postage label, Mr. Fox.
I know. It was all these things are appreciated. You have to realise this. I still have the little drawing of Jar Jar that Mrs. George did for me.
Yeah.
Very beautiful, very beautifully drawn. Cynical Steve says, "Well, actually, Chris, Colin, you've got to read it." Comment for you, Cole, to read out.
Big voice for late night rock DJ. Is that the one?
No, it's after D Rock Payne says "sup," and a couple of down from that. Starts off with,
where am I? Cynical Steve, wash your hands, you slags. Chocolate Velociraptor is a thing you can get.
That was it. That was the one.
Was that it? Was it?
That was it.
Wash your hands, you slags. Chocolate Velociraptor is a thing you can get.
There's a health warning on behalf of the Conservative Party.
I should do the daily government COVID-19 broadcasts.
You should.
You know? Right. Stay at home, you slags.
Stay at home, you nonce.
Yeah. Don't be a mug. Stay indoors.
Yep. If you've got the cash, we've got the moustache. That doesn't really work. I should be tashed, doesn't it? It doesn't really work. I've broken it already. D Rock Payne says, "Yay, physics theory." I don't know why, but cool. I like physics. Lee Eagle says, "I wish I could go back to help build the ventilators at McLaren."
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing, mate. That's the thing, isn't it? The best of British has come out in the majority of things. So yeah.
We're British. We don't get all excited. We just crack on. We are the living embodiment of keep calm and carry on. For the most part, I'm quite frustrated because I would love to do something to help out because I work from home, so I'm perfectly placed to do something to help out, but I can't because I can't put my Fox at risk. I can't leave the house. So, but there's plenty of things I could do to help out, I'm sure, but I just can't. Yeah. I even said to Pete Mate at eModels, I said I'd love to come down it's only half an hour. I can drive down and help you guys do picking and packing, but I can't leave the house. So
That's it. Yeah, that's the one thing I hope that comes out of this is people look back and go, well, 2020 was the year that humanity came together in a positive way. But
sorry. Did I?
wishful thinking, though, you know?
Then you look
Yeah.
at those persons in a country which we will not name any further that are protesting against staying at home because, you know, we all want to die.
Oh, you're on about Captain Combe-Over.
Yeah, let's quickly move on from politics.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, Cynical Steve says Colin has the perfect voice for a late night rock DJ.
Oh, mate, it'd be mint, wouldn't it?
Go on, give us some of your DJ voice, Carl. You have to get right up close to the microphone and everything. Give us a traffic report.
Oh, here is the traffic report. The roads are empty.
Have it. Tom Ricklefs, hello all. It's all right. Starting to get hard to keep people home here in the US. I just shouldn't have read that out, should I? Never mind. Moving on.
I'm being good.
Ari Styrene says, you know you're approaching the end of the internet when you catch yourself watching Carry On Gang movies. Yeah.
Don't even joke about the end of the internet. That's not funny.
Yeah. I mean, I've just thrown that sanding stick in the thing and I didn't really want to. You spoon. You slag. Mark it. Zadster, what was they doing? Oh, a friend of mine was at McLaren yesterday. I've been to McLaren's headquarters. I've walked round. I've been in all the little secret rooms where you're not supposed to see things and seen things. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe 10 years ago. And I have to say, the food they laid on for us was rubbish. I've had better food, better finger food at rubbish cable company training days. But it's very nice. Cleanest factory I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, Ron Dennis wasn't OCD at all, was he?
Yeah. Not in any way, shape, or form. It's amazing. You walk through the factory and you wouldn't know it was a factory. It's cleaner than most people's kitchens.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, this is the factory where we build the cars. It's the quietest place you've ever met. And it's basically just made of kitchen tiles. The whole thing's tiled, floors, walls. The people are tiled. The cars are covered in tiles. The tiles have got tiles on. It's amazing. It's not actually like that. I got some very, very good photographs there. I've got a big collection of photo giraffes. My day at McLaren, my evening at McLaren, I should say. The VIP guest, it was very pleasant. Which is ironic because I have no interest in sports and motorsport at all. But, hey. I wasn't going to say no to a bit of a do with finger food and.
Like I say, it's nice how they've rallied around and tried to do all the ventilator thing and that. You know, it is. It's cool. You know, it's like yeah.
Been flying today, says Tom Ricklefs, and wonder what's with the surprise stream. Well, I didn't finish this thing last night because I got a bit distracted. Let's just be perfectly honest here, you monsters. And I wanted to carry on, but then I thought let's do a MODcast stream because Simon, when I did the one yesterday, Simon was like, "Why don't you do it as a MODcast?" I'm like, "Oh, might be an idea for the next one." And it's just, I do plan on doing more of these MODcasts. This is the second one. But it's just tricky to get all the mods in one place. We'll never get them all together at the same time. There's no actual proof that Ted and some of the other mods aren't actually all the same person. You should never see them all in the same room.
Yeah, that's just an AI written by e-models. We all know that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Mods, it's a thing, isn't it?
They're a place. I thought, yeah, we'll do another one tonight, and I could have just done it by myself, but I thought, you know what, I'll do it with the guys, because should we do a MODcast? Yeah, go on then, because we're all awesome. No one can see it, Fox. See what? What am I looking at? Who's looking at what? I'm not showing anything. What? Have you nearly built that whole thing, Colin?
Eh?
You nearly built the whole damn thing?
No, not all of it. I'm just resting it together.
Good God.
Why?
I've done like a ladder. You've done like half a car.
Yeah. It's just doing it in, I suppose, sub-assembly so that I can paint it. You know, it's like, yeah.
TK says Vince should teach you some more Dutch for the funnies. No, we don't want to learn Dutch. We don't want to know how to pronounce anything. It's more funny if we don't know what the hell we're reading. We don't need guidance. We need absolute anti-guidance.
Oh, I could make it one worse, TK. I could start learning them West Flemish. Then they're up creek without a paddle.
Well, the thing is, we're British. We have a very low tolerance to. So after a while, we just retch. Quano Man says, "Is Lord Kevin vaporing or vaping? I think he means, or did he just push his face up against a hot iron?"
I am vaping.
I am actually pressing my face against the hot iron as we speak. I'm waffling myself.
That would have been funny.
Tom Rickliff says, "Isn't it getting late there? It is 11:10 at night here in the UFK."
Since I'm on the right side of the channel.
Yes,
Here we go. Like that, is it? Hey,
yeah. Well, the thing is, for me and Colin, this is nothing. Me and Colin tend to be up till silly hours anyway.
We don't really sleep a lot, mate, do we?
Yeah, I normally get to bed about 2 a.m. Colin never actually sleeps.
You're not far wrong there, mate.
TK says that I should do that because he doesn't even understand half of West Flemish.
Oh, there you go.
There's a high likelihood they would understand more of West Flemish than proper Dutch because West Flemish is heavily influenced by, in part, French because, so close to north of France, but also the English language because West Flanders was the province or the area historically before Belgium was a thing.
Belgium, it's a thing.
We did all the cloth trade with England. You would send us the wool and we would make it into linen.
Colin, what's Belgium? What's
in-
Belgium, Colin?
That's
What's
why
You're supposed to go.
Isn't it?
You're supposed to go. Belgium, it's a place.
It's a thing. Not that one, but it's a thing.
It's where you get the chocolate.
That's why you in Ypres, where the Flanders Fields Museum is housed now, that are actually the cloth halls from back in the olden days.
Wait, did you say brothels?
Cloth halls.
Cloth halls. Brothels.
I thought we said brothels.
Brothels are in the port of Antwerp or in Ghent.
Yeah, Flanders Fields, where all the memorials are, it was all the brothels.
Yeah, don't be like us, Vince. We don't get out much.
We can't.
Yeah,
yeah, there is that. Somewhere in the world right now, there is somebody who is so socially awkward, like socially awkward penguin, that when confronted with a conversation and they don't know what to go, they go, "Oh, do you get out much?" Somewhere somebody's done that and then gone, "Oh, no, oh." Then they've gone home and stressed about it for a week. And it was probably me.
Oh, we all know a person who uses the excuse I don't get out much. Yeah. That person now, however, is banned on all of our channels, but that's an aside.
Oh, brilliant. The instructions show me where to put something, but they don't because they shout it goes behind something, but not exactly where.
It's behind you.
It's behind you, you muppet. Mark it. We've got a ladder. Hello, ladder. There we go. There. Because it's not going to tell me where it can go, so I'll just guess. Roger, guessing now.
Oh, what's Colin got? A couple of pasties.
Who's got what?
Oh, damn.
Who's talking about pasties? What?
Colin.
What? Where? What? Oh,
Are
you...
you not looking at them on a Fox?
No, I'm facing.
There are
the...
2 pasties present on Colin's desk.
Oh,
Oh, he's got his
apparently
past. He's got. Oh. Now he's frying something.
and
God damn
a
it!
flush.
Yeah, that was definitely a
Oh.
toilet flush.
I've got nothing to eat. I've got packets of crisps, but I can't eat crisps at my desk. That's just gross. I can't eat crisps at my desk. Those pasties are huge. And an entire pack of cocktail sausages.
That was my Burko tea machine going off in the kitchen.
Oh, it wasn't a toilet flushing then.
No, God, I ain't that quick, mate. Bloody hell.
Oh, look at that food. Did you have to do that, Cole? Because now I'm really sad because I haven't got got none of that.
Yeah, I had a text message off the Doris politely reminding me I haven't eaten today and if I value my life to consume something. So...
You've got 2 of the largest pasties ever made by man.
Oh, mate, they're mint, aren't they? Look at them. Have you a bit of that?
I wish I bloody could.
Because they're a thing, aren't they?
Colin, the one thing you should never say to me when I'm 200 miles away is get a bit of that. Because that's not fair.
Yeah.
When I can't get in the car and drive like a madman.
I could take it, mate. Yeah.
I've got nothing.
They're ginsters, they are.
Yeah, I should have put them on my little turntable for you, Fox, shouldn't I?
Damn it. All I've got is packets of crisps. I've got a lot of packets of crisps, don't get me wrong. Thanks, Mama Fox. If anybody wasn't watching last night, thanks to a slight ordering error, Mama Fox managed to order like 400 packets of crisps in a box about 4.5 foot tall. Literally, there's about 4.5 foot tall cardboard box downstairs. 6.5 litres of chocolate limes. And 5 chocolate eclairs in little sweets.
You call that an ordering error. I say that's a good life decision.
Tactics. Oh, well, trust me, I would agree, except they're already salted crisps and I don't like chocolate limes. So,
Ready salted crisps would get very old very quickly. That's the problem, isn't it?
That
but the thing is,
like one of Kenneth's shopping lists because they was
does,
on
doesn't it?
special.
Yeah, but the thing is, there was some disappointment as well because she says, "I think I've done the same with the second order I placed, which was chocolate eclairs, the little sweets, and chocolate mini eggs." And I thought, if you're about to give me 6.5 litres of chocolate mini eggs, I'm just going to die happy. Well, unfortunately, it was a little bag that big. I'm like, oh.
This is the time that you don't mess up. God damn it.
Yeah, this is the time you messed up the wrong way. Oh. So yes, so now we have 3,000 packets of ready salted crisps in the house. If I get desperate. I really love the way this
He needs to mug me.
I really love the way they say this needs to go into this hole, but the hole is obscured by other parts of the model, so you don't know which hole it goes in. It's just really well planned, that. GW. Thanks, ants. Thanks. That goes there. So I guess it goes here. Honestly, it's not hard, is it? Come on. What's chat doing? TK saying, do that, please do that. Haha, I don't understand half of West Flemish. Borthels and cloth holes are closed too. Bono Man says, ooh, I need to mug Colin. Tom Rickliff says, 1 million single serve sample sizes be worst. Ho, the monotony. Infamy. They've all got it, infamy. You see what I did there? Call back to the carry on, you see, earlier on. See what I did? Yes, I thought you would like orcs, Colin, because they are basically do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, that's surprising. It's like I say, it's the first vehicle I've done, and the detail on them is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, welcome to Games Workshop. Welcome to the rest of your bank account.
Well, welcome to the best tabletop miniatures on the planet. Wait, I did just say that.
You did.
How cold are you? You said I was good at sales.
Oh, the loyalty runs deep.
For another company now, Si.
Loyalty runs deep in this one, it does.
I may have just remembered that, Vince, but it's okay.
What was that? What did Vincent say? What, I missed that, what?
I said, don't you work for another tabletop company now, though?
Yeah, Vince clocked my error very quickly.
Yeah. So when we call him Simon, that is of course not his real name.
Fox.
Hello. Oh God, yeah, sorry, wrong one. I got carried away there. I got carried away trying to bail not Simon out. Our good friend not Simon.
Right.
Biddy. I've got the music from Painting with Nancy in my head now. God damn it, it's Colin's fault.
Nancy Kaminsky.
Painting with Nancy.
Blame me.
Do you know what? I'll tell you what though. After a pleasant few days watching Bob Ross do his magic and being chill the F out watching it,
Yeah.
suddenly going to watch Nancy Kaminsky, if you can find it, is terrifying. It's like the complete opposite of ASMR. It's like that scene at the end of Clockwork Orange where you've got your eyes pinned back and it's all terrifying. That's basically Painting with Nancy.
Painting with a knife.
There and does them big squares all across the canvas, and you're like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Painting with a palette knife. But it's hard to find it. It's really hard to find it on the web. It's all behind paywalls on their own website and stuff.
What I like about Bob Ross is just when you think he's done it, let's put a happy little tree right in the middle. It's like, yeah.
It was amazing to watch when they started doing Bob Ross on Twitch. Part of his big resurgence was they started streaming him on Twitch, like all day, every day, episode after episode. And it was a generation of people who didn't even know who Bob Ross was.
Yeah.
And they're watching him on Twitch. And it was amazing to watch because there's always that stage in one of his paintings where he does something and it goes a bit wrong. And you think, oh, he's ruined it. He's screwed it up. And then he recovers it. So there was this tradition that you'd have all the chat going and he'd do something and the chat would just all go, ruined. Everybody's like typing ruined in the chat. And then the chat just stops. And then he does a bit and then it's like, saved. Because there's always that bit, ruined. Oh, we saved it.
It's the way he turns at the camera and goes, happy little accident with that slightly creepy giggle.
I like to whack it out. Whack the devil out of it. There were a couple of ones where he did make mistakes though and he couldn't recover it. Like one, he did a water wheel that looked like garbage because it was like all the perspective was wrong. And one of them, there was actually one episode, the only episode he painted a figure. And it was a silhouette of like a cowboy sat at a campfire and it was terrible. So that's why he didn't paint figures.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't do it. It was like, wow, that's just a silhouette of half a guy sitting down and it still looks terrible. What are you doing, Bob? You're hurting me now. You're physically hurting me. Right, tubes. It's tube time. Right, we have a word from TK.
Oh.
Are we all ready? It's the third comment up from the bottom.
Zanzeep, Sodom, Mineral Water, Steenstrahlen.
I'll go. Zanzeeps.
That's all words mashed together, though. I mean, wait, is it? Is that an actual word?
I don't know.
I thought calling it Google Cockney Translate then.
Go on, you have a go, Dad. What do you reckon it is?
Zanzeep, Sodom,
Oh, did you?
Minerals, Water, Steenstrahlen.
I'm going to suggest in my typical German way, it's Zanzeep Zodemineralwater Steenstrahlen. Das ist richtig. I went a bit German.
Brilliant.
Go on, Si. There's no escape now.
Well, there is. By
Hell.
saying hell no.
You got to do it, dude. You got to do it.
Okay, give me 1 minute. and I'll
Otherwise,
do
you'll
it.
logs out. It's gone.
No, I'm in the middle of playing a mobile game and I don't want to lose.
You're playing a mobile game. That's not cool, dude.
Well, I'm not working on anything. Like if you had have asked me what my bench and belly was earlier, I was legit gonna say, well, on the bench is a tub of Pringles, and in my belly is half of the tub of Pringles.
If you say you're playing Candy Crush, I'm going to wake Paul up and get him to come in here and kick you out.
No, I'm playing something called Clash Royale, which is like a tower defense game.
So is it Clash of Clans with Team Royale Clash in it? Are you playing Clash of Clans? Is that what you're telling us?
I don't know what Clash of Clans is.
That's the right answer. You are forgiven.
I have no concept here.
Good. Is the right answer. You're forgiven.
Right.
A mobile game. Nobody plays mobile games.
I do because I I'm incapable of playing a Switch on the Switch because I've been playing it on my lovely big widescreen monitor. So
the best way to fix that is to get an Xbox.
I don't want to get an Xbox because
not the
Xbox
right answer at all.
Xbox is designed for entertainment, not gaming.
No, I refute that theory. I refute that theory. Thus, all the gaming I do on my Xbox is evidence of that.
This is where me and Dad are sitting there going,
Yeah.
Don't worry, Cole. You're about to join the PC Master Race when you.
PC Master Race, Cole. The only reason I'm playing a Nintendo Switch is because I can't get Zelda on my PC.
I'm gonna
all the emulators only.
I'm gonna have Paul come in and beat me with a wet kipper. But what's a Switch?
It's a handheld games device.
Ah, right. A bit like the Sega thing that you can get, yeah?
Did you just say Sega?
Holy shit.
Did you just say Sega?
Yeah.
Is that like a Dutch console or something? Is that one of them Dutch consoles?
Have I broken side again? I have, haven't I?
Fucking ouch! Oh.
When you go out and listen to music, do you play music on your personal stereo? I used to have the deputy head at my secondary school used to say personal stereo, and he used to call the African country Kenya.
Bob Seger.
Bob Seger.
That's brilliant.
Oh, yeah. Can tell how often I play games. I mean, I've still got a Mega Drive and Mega CD in my lounge.
Oh dear God, you bought a Mega CD.
Yeah, Mega CD.
Hang on, you don't realise it. You don't realise it, Colin. But within one sentence, you went from hyper cool to the least cool person in the entire gaming industry.
Hey, mate, this is what Vincent's up against, mate. He did say he was going to teach.
That was like, I've still got a Sega system, cool, and a Sega Mega CD. Oh.
And it's got that Poxy Dolphin thing in it.
Echo the oh God, yes.
Yeah, you know the one.
And
Yeah.
now I've got the music. Now I've got the music from Donkey Kong Country in my head. Thanks, Obama.
That's all right, mate.
God damn.
I've got my uses.
Sega.
Sega.
Oh, shit, a brick.
You're right there, Simon. Do you need time to compose yourself?
No, I'm good.
I'm good, thanks.
Just nobody make a joke for the next few minutes.
It's not my counter. I'll get the manager.
Well, last time I got pulled, didn't I, with the old tartar? So I guess it was my turn to be destroyed.
I'm going to guess that TK's thing is something to do with soda mineral water something. So, I mean, because half of the word is soda mineral water. I can kind of guess that bit.
I don't know. Tonic water?
Well, the middle of it literally is soda mineral water.
I'll translate. Sand, soap, soda, mineral water, stone, stone blasting. It's a type of sand blasting, basically.
Where does the soda mineral water get into it?
Basically, it's all the letters you have left over in Scrabble, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair, I've never heard of it either, but...
Cynical Steve says flashbacks to painting with Nancy's. And Quano Man says this is like an episode of Hello Hello. Except he spelt it wrong, but we'll let him off. Simon's just inflating quietly in the background.
I need my nicotine right now.
Yeah.
Calm me down.
What you don't know is that Simon's actually just like a giant puffer fish, and every time he's threatened, I don't know where that just came from. I'll just stop now. Oh, dear Lord.
He's just going to go, why on earth did I go in there with that bunch?
Not at all. I know you're all crazy.
Yes, I was playing Mario on my Sega.
You can't play Mario. Oh, my days.
Yes, I know that. I was. Oh.
I'm not sure you do know that, Fox. I mean, you've got an Xbox. That's a crime.
Did you not get the silly voice?
I did a bit.
Yes.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a smidge.
Are you saying that I have a silly voice?
No.
Step that back. Step that
Well,
back.
you kind of do. You are from up
I'm a northerner. Of course I have a silly voice. TK says it's cutting soapstone with water. How hard can it be? Well, he says how hard can it be, and then corrects himself, so it's pretty quite hard. Dann sieb so de Mineralwater Steenstrahl. I can't help but go German. I apologise to everybody in Dutch country land.
It is your default, though.
Yes. I've spent 20 years of my life in a state of panic, not really knowing what to call that country. That mainly
Holland.
speak Dutch. Is it the Netherlands? Is it Holland? I always think I've got it wrong, and the Netherlands is not a good place for socially awkward penguins to have to discuss. Oh god, it's a ribbed tube. I've got millions of here all night now. Standing noises. Right, what are we talking about?
Pie. Let's talk
Ooh.
about pie.
I can't eat pie anymore. I always get sad when we talk about pie.
I'm not sure you qualify as a true Englishman anymore, Fox. It must be.
Well, I did for a long time until I suddenly got acid from hell every time I ate a pie. Unless it's got that fluffy light pastry like you get on them rubbish pies in tins. I can eat that.
What, phyllo pastry?
Yeah, which is French nonsense.
Yeah, but you
Like
seem
my-
to forget, so Fox is part man, part princess. So
Yeah.
Part fox.
yeah,
You say fox or box? Because either is apt, really, to be honest.
You
Part
can be
man.
both, dude. Why not?
Part man, part box. Part man, part packing material. It's easy. The Netherlands is the whole country. Holland are just two provinces. Holland are just two provinces. That's breaking grammar in too many ways for my brain. Holland is just two provinces. Okay. We're British. We don't understand what provinces are. No concept of a province.
Closest thing I think would be a county.
Yeah, I do really know what a province is. I'm just going for the comedy.
Okay.
I have the public image of an idiot to uphold, so I have to kind of wing it sometimes. So if somebody comes from Holland and you keep saying the Netherlands, is that offensive, or do they just go, oh, foreigners?
I thought it was Michael Jackson's house.
Or the Netherlands?
Nearly. Nearly, Colin.
Close
Nearly.
Well, then again, don't forget if you're a southerner, you do say Neverland. So it could be either, couldn't it? It's
Getting into the
interchangeable.
northern and southerner thing, are we now?
Because don't forget, southerners don't do T's and H's.
No.
Fox is trying to start something because I failed at trying to start something between Xbox versus PlayStation. He
did
didn't
fail.
fight.
No, I didn't bite because no way am I biting on the games on the console.
Yeah,
Lord.
but isn't that a bit like VHS and Betamax?
Oh, my dear God.
It's a bit like Laserdisc and CD. That is.
Bloody Betamax.
So I was watching the Star Wars on my Laserdisc the other day.
Yeah.
I don't even know where my camera is. I don't even know what my camera's looking at. Up at the top of my head.
We all know when Colin gets into his car, he plays the sickest song he has on 8-track.
Oh yeah, bit of funk, badass stroller funk. On his 8-track while he's driving his Capri. I don't know where that image just came from at all.
I worry about you.
Apparently, Colin, you live in the 1970s. Apparently, I don't know why in my brain.
Really?
Really? Have you just been challenged?
No, it said Edward Spannerhands is started.
Oh, have you got a carpet monster moment?
Yeah, but I have my strategically placed grab at the hand.
Excellent. So, because when I heard you go, really, my brain was like, he's saying that to a piece of plastic.
I
Because
am,
it's good.
mate. Mate, as I said to you before, I have arguments in here and I lose badly, mate.
Yep. It's like, really? You're really going to fall down there and go on that carpet? And,
Yeah, it's like,
Surely,
yeah.
though, Cole, you also win.
Oh, mate, yeah. I mean, I get myself into a right old state in here, I must admit. The other day I dropped something, so in the end I tipped the whole model kit on the floor and said, you might as well all go on the floor, you know?
Fine,
And then I had that
fine.
awkward moment of having to lay down on my chest like I'd just been shot with a blunderbuss, picking it all up.
Yeah, we don't think about the consequences of our little tantrums until we actually have to think about the consequences.
Oh, mate, it was a proper wibble and all.
Isn't that just a fabulous name for a weapon, though? A blunderbuss.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
always loved.
Yeah, but
That's
I've got a better name though, because in a comic strip I used it once. I can't remember where I saw some reference to somebody who did kind of steampunk, and they had a thing called a Thunderbus. That was even better. So I had to use that in a comic strip. But it was like Thunderbus. That just sounds fantastic. Thunderbus. Power up the Thunderbus. Oh, hello.
That's
Someone
actually
ping.
how you call. That's actually what you call a blunderbuss in Dutch.
Kieran Miller has no, that's not. Something went ping in my ear. I got a notification, but I don't know what for.
Oh,
I
Somebody's
can't see
either-
any super chats or anything.
oh yeah.
Somebody either subscribed or became a patron or did something, but
Roberto Felix subscribed.
oh, lovely. Thank you, Roberto. Foreman Greedon's in. Hello. Hello, Foreman Greedon. Rise and shine, Mr. Greedon. Rise. Fine. Time to smell the coffee.
All right, I'm gonna call it for tonight because I've sadly enough got work tomorrow. Well, sadly enough, I still can work. So
Yeah, no worries, mate.
It's like, yes, I get to go to work. Oh, wait, no, I get to go to work.
yeah, it's a double feeling, isn't it?
It's like, oh, no, yes, I get to go.
But that means I need to work. Shit.
But then it's the first time in 6 weeks you get the back to school blues, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, sadly enough. Well, I've been working from home, but you know.
Yeah, but now you've got to wear clothes. It's just ridiculous.
yeah, I can't just
Turn up to work naked and be like, oh wait, no, I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
just
know.
show
I'll
up in my pajamas and my bathrobe, like, ah, fuck.
just turn up naked and be like, what? Have I forgotten my tie? God damn it!
Right. I'll catch everyone later. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Take care, Vince.
Vince, take care, mate.
Oh, mate.
Oh, there's nothing worse than getting to work and have forgotten your tie.
Well, there is. Forgetting your pants.
Well, yeah. But I mean, where I used to work, it was so bad that I was so bad at it that my boss would have about 6 ties in his drawer just because of me.
Wow.
Oh, I'd be like, Steve, can you cheers? And the thing is, he got his own back because he always made sure they were the worst damn ties any ever. So it was only ever me that forgot my tie, and I'd always be wearing these horrible kipper ties that he'd have. Doing this deliberately, he'd be like, yeah, pretty much. Cynical Steve says, no one can afford super chats after last night. No one can afford food after last night. Just let me say very, very quickly to everybody, as I did at the start, but just again, and I put it in the Facebook, in the group and stuff, but again, just let me say out loud to everybody, a massive, massive thank you for last night. I can't believe the kindness that you guys demonstrated. A lot of you demonstrated. Some of you massively. Simon. Some of you massively. I can't, you know, everybody was awesome last night, and I really can't thank everybody enough. I basically made income of 2 months' income last night, which was incredible.
Well, and this morning.
Yes, and this morning
You carried over.
there was a little bit of a top up when somebody realised I hadn't hit a certain target. Bless you. You were like, oh, god damn it! There you go. Yes, so massive thank you to everyone last night.
I had to top Chris up a bit as well.
Yeah, you did. To give him a little bit of a blip. Big blip, I have to say it. But yeah, it was an incredible night last night, and I can't thank everybody enough. I can't. I know it doesn't sound like I'm all emotional, but I am. But spent a lot of today just sitting there doing Kermit flails.
It was nice to see the community come together, mate.
It was, and the best bit is I get Google actually pay me in about 3 or 4 days, so I'll get that in the next few days. Yay!
Winning.
Well, I mean, for me, it just demonstrates that there is good in the community still, and I'm all for it at the end of the day.
I mean, it heartens me because I spend a lot of time, or I have spent a lot of time trying to make the Boomhut the best place to hang out and talk about models.
Yeah,
and I've spent a lot of time, sometimes quite ferociously, stamping down on nastiness and snark and all that kind of stuff. And that's the entire reason I did the Boomhut, to create that kind of family, friendly place. Not family friendly, but the friendly family feeling where people support each other. And last night just demonstrated that perfectly. That I've done well because everybody was so nice, so awesome, and so supportive, and a little bit nuts. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was nice to see because, as you know, I've got me trolls and people that badger everything I do, and it's just nice to see some good being done for a change.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from what Colin just said, it's that, and obviously it's awesome because it's support for me, but at the same time, it also just validates the whole thing. The reason I set up the Boomhut, it validates my efforts in setting it up, which makes me really, really pleased. Happy that the Boomhut is working. It's doing its job. It's separating the wheat from the chaff. And you know what? We're all chaff, but we're all brilliant chaff.
That's the thing when it comes to admin in the groups, though, innit? You don't want to be too draconian.
No.
But you also don't want members to feel bullied or anything like that. I mean, I've had a recent one on my group, and I'm going to have to resolve it. But you kind of don't want that. It's not what we set the groups up for at the end of the day, is it?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Just with careful cultivation, I think just by making it clear to people that's the kind of group we've set up, that they tend to self-police. They
yeah.
You occasionally get the odd numpty that comes in, but they don't last very long because somebody reports a comment and they get kicked out. So
yeah.
So it's like
I basically had to repost the group rules up and just say, "Come on, guys, let's play nice." And but it's amazing.
I read all these horror stories of people that run Facebook groups and how it's just like an absolute nightmare and it's a hell pit and everything's toxic. And I'm like, I look at the Boomhut like once or twice a day, and I might do something in there once a month.
Yeah,
we might get a comment reported once every 6 months.
But I think the way the Boomhut works is because a lot of us know each other anyway, and we've all grown together as we've come back into the hobby.
Yeah,
we kind of know how each other tick, don't we, and our mindsets. Yeah. And I think with a group of mods we've got now, because we're all very similar people,
being idiots.
Yeah, know, at the end of the day, the group's important to us all. It's our thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Gemma Williams says, "See Vince." Gemma's still in, but Chris has gone. We like Gemma more than Chris anyway.
He's probably having to remow the lawn because he didn't do it properly earlier.
You didn't do it right. But... Yeah. And now he's regretting ever installing that floodlight on the back of the house. God damn it. Where are we? Yes, welcome, Foreman Greedon. How are you doing, buddy? Vincent says, "Good night to everybody." Cynical Steve says, "I was choked up a bit watching it back. Wish I'd been there watching it live. It was great." It doesn't sound like it because I watched it back a little bit. It doesn't sound like it, but I was very emotional last night. I'm the kind of person that I don't really do emotions very easily.
I think as viewers, we all were, because I was sat here watching it and building up me bench, and I'm like, it was, for me, I was happy seeing someone being made happy. You know what I mean? It's
boy, howdy was I ever.
It was an adrenaline rush last night.
Yeah. Sorry, say again, Dad. I missed that.
I say it was an adrenaline rush last night.
Yeah.
Really was.
It was insane. And I know it'll never happen again, and nor would I expect it to. It's one of those it's one of those one-off things.
Yeah, I was
and,
having
and that's fine, you know.
day, and to see that at the end of the night, it was like, oh well, there are some good people out there, and
Yeah. And you know who those good people are? All of them.
Yeah.
We're doing our job. We're doing our job well, and it validates that. And that's,
of course, it does.
it's one of the things that made me feel so good when I was thinking about it last night when I went to bed and when I got this morning. It validates everything we do.
Makes
Means
it
we're-
worthwhile, doesn't it?
It kind of means we're competent at something. I'm sorry, but it does. I think
Like
somehow
I
we've
said last night, wasn't it? Sometimes just that word "thank you" means so much.
Yeah.
but it does mean, guys, that unfortunately we are actually partially competent at something. I don't know how. I don't know.
Now we are stretching things, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what could possibly lead to such a conclusion, but
Yeah.
it is possible. We are actually competent.
Where people in the chat go, "No, that's not what we was getting at."
That's not what we meant. Sleep is overrated, says Gemma. TK says, glad to help Fox. Been a mod since the beginning, and the hut is a great, safe place. Thank you very much. You were much appreciated, TK. I do love all my mods. All my mods, and they're just brilliant. I take a great care in choosing people who my mods are. Because at the end of the day, I am a lot lazy. So ideally, I want to be able to I want to run the Boomhut minimally. I want to do minimal things in the Boomhut to run itself. So I'm very careful in my choice of mods because I need to know that the people I choose as mods fit in 100% in the Boomhut, are respected, and have the same minimal approach as me. And that's why I don't make a lot of mods very often, and I spend a lot of time very carefully, grooming them but not in a kind of Birmingham way.
It's a privilege, though, isn't it? I mean, when you ask me, I think I said this to the dad at the time. It's a privilege that you put the trust in us. So the least we can do is show that respect back. I mean,
You've gone a bit faint there, Cole.
You've
gone a bit faint there.
Yeah, sorry, mate. It's because I moved. Yeah, I'm in a position. Sorry.
How dare you move your body anywhere? No, I do take great.
That's how he groomed us, Cole.
Yes.
Yeah. But not in a kind of Birmingham way, not like that.
I mean, when I think how I'm like 20 years younger than you, it is a bit concerning.
You're not a mod anymore. I've banned you now.
You're not that old, are you, Si? 20 years younger than me.
I don't know. How old's Fox? Like 60 odd?
You know how I can make a mod? I can also unmake mods as well.
Yeah, that's true. But,
Fox has been 38 for the last 4 years.
Hey. In my mind, I'm 7.5 and still falling out of trees.
Oh, mate, I'm 12 and a half.
Oh, that's old. We have Raging Basis says, you guys helped me out a lot. I was very quiet and shy when I first joined the group. Yeah, we beat that out of him.
Yeah, right.
We beat that out of him.
Yeah.
We just beat that out of him completely.
Yeah. Who you trying to kid? It's us you're talking to there, mate.
Powerwolf1097, welcome Powerwolf, says a bad mod can ruin a community. The happiest communities are always those with a laid back but firm moderation style.
Yeah.
That's what ours is. It's basically not that we don't care, but it's like we could just leave you guys to it, but if we need to go biblical on someone's ass, we will.
It's firm but fair, but it's done in a private, behind the scenes way, isn't it?
Well, where possible, yes. Sometimes we're not given that choice.
No, my Lud's off, Lord Barclay's off.
Is he?
See you later, mate. Take care,
Ciao,
buddy.
dude.
Take care, buddy. Got to get up with the wife to see her off to work at 3 night all. Take care, Lord Barkley. Sleep well, my friend. Powerwolf says, how many calories do you think an orc war buggy is worth?
Yeah.
It's a fine question.
Oh, my fox is going to bed in a minute, so I may have to say goodnight. Moment. Hands down, Boomhut best group of lovable rogues, says Bassist. Thank you very much.
Obviously, none of the chat last night, Fox, believed that Mama Fox was actually going to bed. We all just thought you were crying.
No, she did actually go to bed. I was actually she was going to bed and I was telling her about it basically. Because she was saying goodnight and I was telling her about it. It was a big long conversation. It chewed for a minute.
Did you get a Mama Fox hug then?
I did.
Did you? Yeah.
I did.
Round the day off, mate.
Yep.
I've
But
had one of them.
But Yeah, Dad's had one of them. Dave didn't get one of them, did he?
No.
No.
I planned that well.
Yeah.
Oh, you've not wound him up on that at all by the sound of it then.
No. I just every now and again I rub it in.
Good
I beg your pardon.
The ointment.
Oh, okay. For those that are wondering what the hell we're talking about, Dad picked me up when some of us went to Warhammer World.
Right. No.
Oh, no,
listen.
it wasn't Warhammer World, was it? No, it wasn't. It was
That was
Telford.
Telford, that.
Telford, yeah. Dad picked me up. I met Mama Fox, and Mama Fox got a hug, or he got a hug from Mama Fox. But then the next time, was it on the way back? We had Dave in tow, and Dave totally didn't get a Mama Fox hug. I don't think you did either at the time, did you? It was only on the way the first time.
No, the first time when we went to Warhammer World was when I got me hug.
Oh yeah.
Because your mum said, it seems strange calling someone much younger than me Dad.
It was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I said, Mum, this is Dad, and it was like, that's really weird. Too many issues in that statement. Yeah.
Lovely. She's lovely, she is.
Yeah, love her or hate her, you can't sell her. So. Sometimes you need to wrestle a streaker to the ground. Yes, those have to be dealt with publicly, says Powerwolf. Yes. There's sometimes when you're given no choice but to. There's like who was saying that a minute ago? Was it you, Dad, or Colin that was saying you would deal things privately? Who said that a minute ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, even if someone is a complete and utter sponge in the group, if we have to deal with it, we'll try and do it away from the public gaze, because we don't want to. Even if someone's a complete and utter spoon, we don't want to humiliate them unnecessarily. We're not the bad guys. We'll have a conversation with them. We'll deal with it. But occasionally you'll get someone who'll then go off and start mouthing off somewhere else, and then you have no choice but to defend yourself. And that's only happened once or twice, and ultimately I don't really care, because it's not relevant to me. What's relevant to me is the people are actually in the community, not the ones that are idiots. So I'll always be tactful. I'll try and do things away from the public gaze. But ultimately, if someone is an absolute spoon, I'll just be merciless, because I don't care. If they're not surviving in the group and behaving and acting like one of the group members, then they're not anything I need to worry about.
I've said to you before, I'm guaranteed at least 3 viewers on every video because of my haters.
Yeah.
No worries. But that's up to them. It's their time they're wasting.
Yeah, it's them.
It's still a view.
Yeah, they give me a view. All right, they may give a thumbs down to do it, but at the end of the day,
it's a view, isn't it?
Their time they're wasting, not
All
mine.
works for the algorithms, mate.
Absolutely, but yeah, it can get frustrating. It used to bother me, but now I'm just like,
Yeah.
I've got some very important breaking news.
well,
You need to stop what you're doing instantly. Edward says, "Damn, out of oil. I have to make the crinkle cuts." Crinkle cut chips, for some reason, don't taste as good as other chips. I don't know why.
No.
They're too powdery and nonsense. I don't know why. They just never taste the same. Edward, that's a national tragedy.
yeah, we feel your pain.
Yep, we'll get FDR to make a statement in about an hour. The date that we're living in for me. Was that FDR? Have I just killed that? It wasn't FDR. Was it FDR? I don't know.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
I
FDR.
think so. Right, let me just say goodnight to Mama Fox.
Okay.
If I can mute my microphone.
Oh, he's off crying again. God damn
I
it.
know. Such a princess.
Right, Mama Fox is going to say goodnight.
Good night, Internet.
There you go.
Bye, Mama Fox.
Take care.
Everybody say, oh, don't forget to say, Mum.
What?
Wash your damn hands. Wash your damn hands. You have to say that.
Wash your damn hands.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. Now you've been told.
There you go. When Mama Fox tells you to wash your damn hands, you wash your damn hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good night.
Night night.
Night.
Everybody's saying goodnight to you, Mum.
Yep.
Edward says about the crinkle cuts, they are fake. They don't have any real potatoes. Yeah, they're just made of nonsense.
That's just wrong.
Yep.
On every level. Every
Yeah.
lesson.
A date that will live in infamy. Oh, the humanity. Oh, dear.
Oh, yeah. Cynical Steve's broke into his Welsh.
Yep, Nostar, Mama Fox.
What's that?
I can say 3 things in Welsh, I think. I can say probably come.
I guarantee one of them is microwave.
Yeah, probably come. Popty ping, of course. Popty ping and ambulance. And laugh. So I can say 4 things. I can say 4 things in real Welsh. I can probably say many things in made up Welsh, but I value my Welsh supporters. I'd never be forgiven. Apparently, when I was very, very small, very, very young, I have no memory of this, but when I was very, very little, I used to sit and, Mum and Dad would plonk me in front of the TV back in the 70s, and apparently I used to really love the Welsh programmes, because it was like in the days of the 70s, like S4C Wales and stuff. And for some reason, I'd always end up watching, the Welsh programmes. And Apcar Hack, the sort of Asian news programme. And apparently I could speak fluent Welsh, or not fluent, I was only 3 or 4, but I could speak really good Welsh and a little bit of Urdu, which I lost in later years. I had no memory of this at all. Mum was like, you could speak really good Welsh when you're a little tiny kid. I'm like, really? Yeah, because you used to sit in front of the TV and you'd watch Probably Come all day and stuff. Okay.
They only sat you in front of the TV because in the 70s you had to push the button to change the channel.
Yeah, that was they were hoping I'd figure it out and do it for them.
Hiya, Nim. Nim's in.
Hey, Nim. What have I missed? Currently munching
Hey,
on free food from work. Hey, Nim. This is normal times for Nim now.
Free food equals best food.
What's the best food in the world? Food you haven't paid for. Yeah. Although that has to be a caveat because obviously roadkill is food you're not paid for, but it's not great food. I wouldn't want to eat like a roadkill something that'd been there for a week. That'd be free, but it wouldn't be good. It's great, but it's not right. How you doing, Nim? Bench and belly, Nim. We've done belly.
Yeah, free food's not a...
Yeah, we need more details on the free food. Like, is it there's been a meeting at work and you've got finger food? Or have you got, like, an entire meal because somehow you have? Wait, doesn't Nim work in a bakery?
Yeah.
It's going to be cakes, isn't it? It's going to be cakes and breads and stuff. Oh. What's better than free food? Free cakes. Damn. I want a fry up and cakes. None of which I have any of those.
Right, I'm gonna scoot, guys. I'm gonna go and make a bacon and egg bagel at midnight because I can.
And with a cake. Can you not have a cake in there as well?
I
make it
don't
into a-
think. I don't think there's any cakes.
It'd take too long, I suppose. You couldn't make a cheesecake in with that very quickly, could you?
No. Right. Good night,
Damn it.
guys.
Take care, Simon. Thanks for coming in, matey.
Take care, mate.
Bye.
Anniversary.
Time are we on? It's 23:57.
Oh,
Raging Basis says, that reminds me, model making guru, do you still want scones after all this is over? There's always a time for scones, and the time for scones is always. There's never a time when the word no is the correct answer to the offer of scones. Cough it up, lad.
Oh, yeah, because he's a chef, isn't he?
Yep. Chef, all the best people are people that make food and bring it to me. There's all the best people.
Grilled cheese and chicken poppy seed salad. Bench working on some random maps, and I work at a cafe bakery, so we have normal food.
Normal food, you say? Oh yeah, grilled cheese, chicken poppy seeds.
And Cynical Steve's off as well. Going to call it a night.
Take care, buddy.
Night, Steve.
Nosta gang, he says.
Nosta.
Nosta. That means laters gators in Welsh.
Yeah.
Yep. You can't not like a language where the slang term for microwave is poppity ping. I mean, just for the love of God. It's just the best language ever invented.
Isn't it?
Yeah. I see what you did there, Dad. 10 points for
I
that.
can see that.
It's just lovely there, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Oh dear, how sad. Never mind. Probably come.
Basis said, I'll sort you out, matey. When we do the Warhammer World, I'll make a chocolate orange fudge cake.
Oh.
Oh, fudge cake now.
One of my friends, Nikki, she loves making cakes, and one year she makes us all birthday cakes. So if it's somebody's birthday, you get a cake made. You don't get some crap from Tesco. And one year I got, she makes awesome like coffee cake. So I got this coffee cake, big massive cake.
Yeah.
What she did was, I'll see because what she did was she made this big massive cake and then got like 2 boxes of chocolate fingers and put them all around the edge like that, standing up like an Anglo-Saxon fort.
Yeah.
Like a Mott and Bailey, but in cake form, and it was like, it was just, And she used to make these like coffee cupcakes, and they were like laden with the strongest coffee you can imagine, and it was just like food sex. Right, I think what I'll do, I'm going to glue these bits on, and then I think we might call it a night because I'm getting a bit sleepy.
Yeah.
Don't worry, that gives us about 3 hours, so don't worry about it. So what news or updates have you guys got on your own stuff then, on your pimp yourselves before you wreck yourselves?
Let Dad go first.
Oh God.
Dad.
Pimp yourself.
Pimp your shizzle.
Well, I've done a couple of live streams during the lockdown where I've been doing the orc, but when you're doing it singly, as you know, Fox and Cole, you don't get a chance to do a lot because you tend to read the chat more than anything.
Yeah. On the other side, though, you are always correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're always right. That's the one advantage.
Yeah. It's made up. Got a good few viewers as well when I eventually got it working.
Yeah. Well, you've done well considering you've never done it before and you've never used the software before. You've done really well. Need to do more.
It's one of those, isn't it? It's just crossing that barrier, isn't it? Because we all put the barriers up and go, "Oh, I'd never be any good at that, or would never get any viewers."
It's not as easy as it looks.
No.
I love that. I'd never be any good at that, says Colin, wandering away from the microphone and fading out. Bless you, Colin. Don't ever change. Yeah, no, I think you've done really nicely, Dad, with those two, and it's the one thing a lot of people don't realise is how hard it is to actually just do a one-man live stream.
Yeah.
But, an hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. It's not easy. You've either got it or you haven't. And if you haven't got it, you'll just be terrible.
Just talk. And yeah, right. A
lot of people just aren't any good at it because it's not something that comes naturally.
I'm like that when I'm filming. I just sit here and chat to myself as I'm building along, and it's like,
you know what you are, Colin. When you're filming a build, you are like like a magpie in its nest in the evening when it's just sitting there twiddling its thumbs and having a nice relax, not singing, not shouting. It's just sitting there going blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
magpies do that little muttering thing they do. They're cute.
That bit goes on there, and this bit will go in there. Oh, we'll have ourselves a bit of this and a bit of that. And it's a strange one, I thoroughly enjoy it and almost feel privileged that people subscribe to the channel and watch the stuff because without them it would be pointless doing it. And me build wise, I've got the ball tank I'm doing for remodels.
Ball tank.
I've got my little book nook that I'm doing for the wife.
That sounds so twee. I like that.
It's a little diagonally that goes in a bookshelf that all lights up with lit lampposts and all of that.
Is this a Harry Potter thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got my Death Race Mustang that I'm doing for the channel, so keeping busy really, mate. And obviously the live streams that we do. So
yep. I do like your Saturday live streams. You and Colin have got a great little thing going on there. Great little repartee. You and Dave. What did I say?
Colin.
Yeah, you and Colin. Yeah, I'm in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello.
It's one of those, you're just sitting there. I mean, it's like anything, people are giving up their time to come and watch.
Yeah.
And, people know my work, they know Dave's work. So we kind of do the show for them. It's our way of pimping their stuff and helping them feel a part of this wonderful community. And that's kind of my buzz. That's my therapy,
And you kind of work well together. Is it? Oh, hello! I've dropped my glue. Where's it gone? Hang on.
Yeah, it's one of those, it does work, and you can have a laugh and a joke. Some weeks will be a bit flatter than other weeks, but we get through it. It's just how it is, isn't it?
If I sound distracted, it's because my extra thin lid just pinged off, and I've got no idea where it went.
Right, mate. So,
I've got the wrong glasses on.
Yeah, I enjoy doing them, to be honest with you, and I love the feedback the viewers give. They get a buzz out of seeing their stuff in the galleries and things like that. So yeah, it's.
How have you found your first 2 live streams then, Dad? As what's the word I'm looking for? Apprentice, not apprentice.
Noob.
Neophyte. As a neophyte to the whole thing. How have you found it?
I found it really hard, to be honest, but enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it because quite a few came in. I've tended to sort of slot it in between you and Chris, or when someone else is either due on or it's just finished. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Got
Good.
Quite good support from that. Picked up quite a few subs from it.
Yeah. That's the beauty of it. And the thing is, it does just it becomes more natural. It's like I said, it's one of those things you've either got it or you haven't, and you'll be all right.
Yeah,
I can tell you, there's a lot of people where they do the first live stream, like, don't do any more. But you're not one of those. I really can't find this lid.
I mean, it's like the people in the chat. They're like your best mates. You're sitting there and you feel that you're talking with them in the same room in a pub with a pint on the table, and I love that. And you can have that bit of banter with them, and they can give you a bit of banter. And yeah, that's what it's about. Two sat there on a Sunday with a cup of tea and a bacon sandwich, just catching up with their friends, and that's what I get out of it. I love doing it. I must admit.
Well, you two have a good little banter going anyway, so it makes it more fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I found the whole transitioning into lives quite difficult at first. I mean, Mike knows from when I was in the groups previously with him. And it was something that I wasn't overtly comfortable with doing, but now I've grown to love it. It's your window to the world at the end of the day, and long may it continue.
I mean, a lot of I suppose a lot of people look at things like live streams, like doing a live stream by yourself, and they look at people like me and Dad and you do these things, and Chris and that, and they probably think, oh, you've got to be so extrovert to do this and to do a live stream. It's like, no, you actually need to not be that at all, because that's really annoying. Because the really extrovert people are like, that's the annoying, shouty American woo woo. I don't like that.
Yeah. I mean, I probably can speak for you as much as I do myself here. I'm, believe it or not the most confident person there is, and doing these lives is a way of combating that. It's like what Robin Williams said, every comedian makes people laugh because inside they may be crying. And it is that mindset, isn't it? My way of controlling my demons is making other people laugh and happy, and it brings me out of my depressions. So that's why I do it, and I enjoy it.
TK wants to know how far you've got on your build, Fox.
I'll look it on me. I'm doing that now. I have die Plattformen gefahren mit the legs und dingly danglies. There you go. So I've added some tubes and some chain and some ladderings in the legs, and that's now agglomerated. I've still got to do some of the scenery bits up here that go around the edge, like the little walkway, the little sort of railings and stuff, and they help. They give it a bit more stability, because this bit here is a bit not very stable. They give it a bit more stability in the middle areas, and then once I've done that, I need to build the alchemite tubes or pipes that go in the middle. Big towery thing that goes in the middle. So I reckon another evening of streaming or something, I'll get that done.
Well, TK said, can he ask if we can do a stream like this daily for the next couple of weeks? Because the baby's slept all the way through this evening.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here to make your children sleep better.
And Ted said in the mod chat there, Ted said, did I miss a notification about a live stream?
Oh dear.
Oh, bless.
Oh dear. Bless him.
So I said, yeah, we're still going. And he said, I've gone to bed now.
It could be worse though, TK. I could record you a load of audio books of children's bedtime stories.
He'll take that. Except his daughter will grow up speaking perfect English and terrible Dutch. This is my daughter. What, mate? How you doing? What?
Having a bubble.
Yeah. Well, I've told the story before. It's when my nephews who live in Chelmsford, 3 of my nephews live in Chelmsford. The first time I heard one of them speak, bearing in mind my brother speaks like me, my sister-in-law speaks like Hull because she comes from Hull, and my nephew went, "Daddy, I need a knife." And I'm like, what the Christ was that? Because of course they live in Chelmsford. So it was really weird. Like a Cheshire accent from my brother, Hull accent from his mum, and yet he's got like a proper Essex accent.
Well, that's another thing I found when I got into the YouTube, and when Tony used to say to me about doing videos, was I was really conscious of my accent and didn't think it would translate on video, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I kind of had that as quite a barrier. And he said it's what makes you at the end of the day.
It just takes a few people to say, we love your voice. And you're like, brilliant, fantastic. I mean, I think my voice is the stupidest voice in the world. I talk too fast, it's nasal, and I've got a bit of a northern twang. And I'm like, I just sound like an idiot. Hello, smashing, hello. But people think I've got a relaxing Bob Ross voice, and I think they're idiots, but there you go.
The hardest thing I find, I don't know
really.
if you guys are the same, when it comes to editing your videos, you hear how you talk.
Oh God, I hate the sound of my own voice.
Yeah, you sit there and you're like, do I really sound like that? Oh, I have got a bit of an accent.
The beauty is, it doesn't take long. This is good advice, people who are looking at doing YouTubes and streams. It doesn't take long to lose that, to get past that.
Yeah.
One of the reasons that you always sound so different to yourself, and I found this out, it was quite interesting. The reason that you always think, oh, do I really sound like that? Is because when you hear yourself speak, like normally when you're talking, you've got your entire brain is in your head and your ears are in your head, and that adds bass to your voice. So when you hear yourself recorded and played back, it's less bassy, and that's why it sounds different. So you think you've got this nice, deep, smooth voice, and you're actually going, "Hello, mate, you mate," and it's like, no, that's.
Yeah, I mean, I find it strange because obviously I wear hearing aids, so it's like.
Pardon?
Hey?
It's really strange when you first hear it back because it's totally different to what you think you sound like.
You're like they're going, I really don't. Do I really sound like Radio 4 traffic news? What? That's not right.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was a bit pims and cucumber sandwiches myself.
But wait, I don't sound like Terry Wogan? Whoa.
Yeah. It's like,
right, where are we on chat? Quick look at chat. Quantum Man, hang on, is Dave a clone of Colin now, Fox? That's 3 names in one sentence and none of it makes sense.
yeah, it was when you called Dave me, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, there we go.
Sunday show.
Raging Basis says, I'm actually going to stream, I think, soon. You've inspired me. You won't see the bench because I can't really paint at my desk. Too much music gear kicking about. Stream whatever you want, dude. You can stream making jigsaws. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. The thing to remember is, if it doesn't matter what you're actually doing, someone will watch it.
Yeah.
If I always say, if your entire motivation is to make money on YouTube, don't try and make money on YouTube. Forget it. Go and do something else. No. If your entire motivation is to either pass along information or make friends or just have fun, then do YouTube. But if your entire motivation is to make money, go and do something else.
Oh, there are people out there where their sole agenda on this hobby is make as much money on YouTube and Patreon as possible. And it's I
mean, don't get me wrong. I do this for a living, so I have to try and monetize it. It's my job. But I'm not doing it because I want to. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm doing it because I want to earn a living.
Yeah.
But I didn't say I will get rich on YouTube. I thought, how can I earn a living without having to go and work in an office? I shall use my skills and use what's available to me. So it's more like that. I'm not in this to make millions. I'm not going to make millions. I can pay my bills. That's fine. But yeah, if your entire motivation is just to make money, it's not kind of. But yeah, it doesn't matter what you're doing, bassist. You could be sorting matchsticks by length or anything. You could just be drawing straight lines. It could be doodling. You could be anything. Doesn't matter. Do what you want to do, and just be yourself.
Absolutely.
I may have to test Dave to see if he secretly has Colin's accent. He does, but lower down. Best way of keeping your demons at bay is to confronting them directly, says Powerwolf.
Yeah.
Yep. Also shotguns, if you can. Quano Man, I want an audiobook of Colin doing Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you want do you want the original Edison version where it's Mary had a little lamb? That might not work. It's a bit different, says TK, when not being a non. Hang on, there's a double contraction here. It's a bit different when not being a non-native English speaker makes it harder, in my opinion. I have to give massive respect. We never do this, right? But we have to give massive respect to TK and to Vincent.
Yeah.
Because English is not their native language.
No.
That's right.
And yet they do content. They come on this, both of them have been on my live streams. They come on live streams, they talk around, they do their own video content in English. And it's like, could you do a stream in German? Oh, or French or Spanish or Dutch? Yeah, I know. So we never give them credit, but TK and Vincent,
Yeah.
got to give them credit for that. It's not their native language. But then again, having said that, Dutch people often speak a lot better English than we do.
Yeah.
Most non-native English speakers speak better English than we do, to be honest. Powerwolf, I hate the sound of my own voice. It puts me off ever doing YouTube or anything else. You can get past that by just constantly having to listen to it.
Yeah, just do it. Retro Rabbit is saying the same. His voice is the thing that's holding them back.
Yeah.
Terrified of finding out what they sound like. Just go for it, honestly, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, keep in mind, because the thing is, when you make a video on YouTube, you film the video, and then you edit it, which means you have to watch it 150 times. Once you've done about 4 videos, you don't care.
Yeah.
It's gone. All those worries are gone. And plus, don't forget, go on a random trip around YouTube and listen to some of the people on the videos. Some of them are absolutely terrible. Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah.
So, some of the channels I subscribe to, I don't know why I do, because I'm like, I can't listen to this guy's voice, really. So don't worry about it. Once you've done and edited and done all some streams and videos, you'll get used to it. I thought I sounded like a right tool when I first started. I was shouting into an iPhone, so I did anyway. But
it's amazing how brutal you become at editing as well. I mean, some of my earlier videos were like, hour and 3/4 long.
Yeah. And you get it down to, hi everyone, today we're going to, thanks for watching.
Yeah. You become very brutal, don't you, when you're editing your own stuff?
Very important comment from Quanaman. He says, Dad with a beard looks like Uncle Jesse from Dukes of Hazzard. He does. He's got a bit of an Uncle Jesse look to him. Get it going a bit bigger. Get it bushed out a bit.
Nothing wrong with a bit of face furniture, mate.
On its way.
Yeah, what you need, Dad, you need to grow it out a bit and then get yourself a set pair of denim dungarees.
I'm TK. I'm going after TK.
Ted was in bed, wasn't he? Yes. Skipper, oh yeah, sorry, I wasn't aware this was happening, says Ted, or I'd have joined. Yes, I tagged you in the mod chat, Ted, but I don't know if you've got it muted.
With episode 1, mate. I missed it because I just didn't notice in the chat group.
Yep. Yeah, that's why you don't want chats to be. Final Man says, Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jump over the candlestick, silly boy should have jumped higher. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. TK, we've done that one. Hi Ted, says TK. Well, now that Ted's joined us, I think we can wrap it up now. Sorry, Ted. We're just about to finish. Bless you. That's Dad's bottle of vodka. I mean, Lucasade.
Yeah, Lucasade, yeah.
Are you going to grow that out then, Dad? Not your bottle, I mean your beard.
Yeah, I'm going to let it go, mate.
Go for it, mate.
Yeah.
Because I can't wait for the day that I hope, like my dad, my beard and hair goes white or grey because I'm going to... I know I grow my beard out every now and then, I look like a hobo. But when my hair goes white, I can grow that out and I'll look distinguished always.
Oh, you want to go for the full Captain Birdseye, don't you?
I want to go for the full Richard Attenborough. Yeah. All that. Yeah, I want to go for the proper beard. Yeah.
I just grew mine because I couldn't grow no hair.
It's got to grow it somewhere.
Yeah, it's like I just needed to prove a point that I could still do it.
He's like, are you growing a beard? No, it just slipped.
Yeah.
It just slipped down a bit.
Yeah, the glue ain't quite what it used to be.
Little boy blue, he needed the money. Edward. Right, well, I think we're done. I think we'll call it there. What is it? It's midnight. I need to go get some food because I'm starving now, and it's too late to eat, but I'm going to have to eat something. Thank you to you two for coming along, as always. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Cole. Anything you want to very quickly pimp before we
No,
vamoose?
no.
Tune in Sunday for the Sunday brunch, 12:30 till 2:30.
Yep. Colin and
subscribe
Colin and the other Colin.
to Mike on YouTube under the name Dad Stroke Scaly Models.
Yep. Can we just call Dave the other Colin now?
Yeah, and Colin Jr. Modelmaker Dave's workshop. And mine is Festa 67 the workshop.
Yep, always with the pimping. Anything else you want to mention, Dad?
No, I'm all done.
Yeah, I think you've talked more tonight in the stream than you have in any other stream ever. You have.
Hey,
You normally sit there quite quietly, monitoring everybody closely.
I know, but it's only because you keep saying you don't say anything. Say something.
I know. I've been battered you into submission. I beat it out. I beat it out of you again.
Yeah, you done it again.
Yeah, this is my purpose to just get everybody out of it.
It's use mouth words, and it's like, yeah.
I may nag, but it comes from a place of love.
I know.
Also comes from me being a pain in the arse and a nag, but there you go. I get it from my mother. Anyway, yes, I shall call it there. So thank you very much to you two. And to Vincent and Simon and Chris, for we did pop in for a little bit, and everybody who came in tonight. And thanks to all the mods of Boomhut. I know not everybody was here tonight, but thanks to all of them, because without them, it'd just be me running the Boomhut, and I'd have pulled all my hair out by now.
Yeah.
So big thanks to all my mods, because they're all awesome, and they'll all look after you. I shall lock it on me. Don't forget, as always, I've still got stuff to do on this, but I'm not going to do a stream tomorrow night, because Chris is doing his stream tomorrow night. It's Chris's hangout. I might do something during the day, but that involves me actually doing it, which is potentially unlikely. So I'll try and do another one, but this end of the week now gets a bit tight with other people, so we'll see how it goes. But thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, as always, I'm trying to fiddle with this while I'm doing other. I'm not going to type my passcode in on camera, you idiot. Hello.
You can't get the staff, can you?
No, I can't get the stuff. Yes, if you want to help support this channel, you can do. Of course, most of you I know found out how to do that last night. Thank you very much. I can't believe you did that. But if you want to, you can, of course, like and subscribe. Like every video I do. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you get notified if there are any live streams coming up or any unscheduled shows, because I might just do them off the cuff. You can, of course, use my affiliate links, emodels.co.uk, your traditional model making store, or Goblin Gaming, your one-stop shop for your tabletop gaming miniatures and supplies. Both links to both of those in the description below the video. And don't forget, of course, I've got my Amazon store links down there for the US and UK stores if you need to pick up some shizzle. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, folks. Go make something awesome. Go be awesome. Go wash your damn hands. I've got to go and wash my hands now because I've touched more than one object. So go and wash your hands. And I shall say take care, and we'll see you soon. Hang on, let me just check my buttons are working. I always forget this. Yeah, I'm about to press the buttons and think, hang on, they might not work, and I forget to do that bit quietly without anybody noticing. Anyway, take care, everyone.
Cheers, folks. Thanks for coming in.
Bye-bye.